Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Friday evening, 20 minutes to post time. I see that the geese are on hand, ready for a great night of racing action. And nice night, although it is supposed to have a little bit of light rain this evening, maybe from about 6:30 to 7:30. I was checking, so acting as your chief meteorologist. Right now the track is listed as fast. The announcer has always listed as slow. And it says light rain, but it's not raining just yet. But I guess that's what's coming, according to my meteorological research. Let's get to the changes on this evening's card. Note in race number 1, number 4, just fabulous. Blind to open bridle. Blind to open bridle. And also a Murphy blind on the left. I don't know, is that adding a Murphy blind or taking it off? I'm going to say adding a Murphy blind on the left. I'll check to see if I'm correct. Once in a while I am. Race number 2, 1, My Mischievous Doug is scratched. Race 2, scratch 1, My Mischievous Doug. Race number 3, no changes. No changes, race number 3. Race number 4, no changes. No changes, race 4. Race number 5, Night Dancer, scratched. 9, Kitty's Column, changing blinkers to side rolls on the left and blinkers to Murphy blind on the right. Race 6, no changes. No changes, race number 6. Race number 7, 1, Mr. Commodore, scratched. Race number 8, no changes. Race number 9, no changes. And race number 10, number 4, Little Moments, blind bridled blinkers. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, first half of the early double for Just Fabulous, is a blind to open and adding a Murphy blind on the left. And number 2, race number 2, scratched is 1 by Mischievous Doug. And now it is time to welcome in our co-host and handicapping expert to join the, well, you're actually not here, so you can't join the geese in the infield, but you're in the, you're the London bureau chief for Grand River Raceway.
Yes, here we are, and here we go, live from Grand River Raceway Studios in London. Sugar Doyle with you for this great-looking 10-race card, a good mix of trotters and pacers, and plus, race 5, the big carryover action. It's the non-jackpot high 5 play. Just shy of $3,000 carryover money to chase after in there. The last time we had a carryover here at the River, Gary, 35 grand in new money was wagered into a high 5 play. So definitely one to be looking forward to, that 5th race with a scratch of number 5, Night Dancer. Plenty of time for folks to map out their selections for that carryover play.
And I can tell you in that 5th race, we both have a different top horse, so already we have some disagreement. In fact, 6 out of the 10 races this evening, I have a different top horse than you. So I don't know, either I had one too many last night when I was doing the picks, or maybe I had just the right amount. Maybe it's caused me to see more clearly. We're going to find out throughout
just
the
evening.
Just the
right amount.
Yeah.
Just the right amount, maybe. And, well, it appears we are set to throw down, right? Maybe some head-to-head action this evening at the River.
Yeah, well, why not? You know, we'll go head-to-head. I think head-to-head I'm probably up against it with you, but, you know, you make yourself better by tackling tougher. Look, I want to ask you also, what do you got? I know you're just everywhere in harness racing. What's this weekend? And also one more question. When is the Gold Cup and Saucer?
Oh, boy. Well, I've been asked this a number of times over the last couple of days. I'm staying put in London this weekend. There is no road trips planned. I'm actually going to work the simulcast action at the Raceway at Western Fair District tomorrow evening. So I'm on the floor and I'm on the menu for our simulcast traffic. Gold Cup and Saucer trials go tomorrow night at Red Shores, Charlottetown. Many big names from the Drivers' Colony, Ontario, are heading down there. Billy Davis Jr. is going. Jody Jamieson, along with James McDonald. All three have drives in the two trials tomorrow evening. I know Jody and James have been there before. Billy Davis Jr., a while back, he was there for a national drivers' championship where he hopped on a mare he'd never driven before and set her to a track record. So when those drivers from Ontario and elsewhere show up in Charlottetown, they certainly know how to get the most out of them and get them to the winner's circle.
I think I got to get it on my bucket list to get there one day. You know, I'm just not a traveler. But, you know, the thing about that Gold Cup and Saucer, if you're looking at just purses, well, then it's not a big race at all. But if you're looking at sheer excitement and the number of people that actually show up on track to watch the event, then it's way up the list.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they might get 20,000 there a week from tomorrow night, all lined along the fence everywhere. I've been to the Little Brown Jug, and I would definitely put it right up there with that one as far as fan attendance and excitement. You know, around midnight, the lights go down. I mean, it's pitch dark, and horses are post-paraded one by one on a staggered parade under a spotlight. It's a magnificent sight. If you've never been, and you're a big fan of harness racing, I would say to everybody that has never been there to put it on the bucket list. I've been to many since I was a kid. My first one ever, 1981 at the Charlottetown Driving Park. Saul's Pride, or actually it was Henry Butler winning over Saul's Pride. My favorite horse at the time, Armbro Ultrasonic, got the show dough, and I had a show ticket on it.
My God. And just the rest is history because you just keep staying on with the harness racing. The seeds were sown then.
I love it, right?
Yeah. Hey, you got to have some fun with it. And look, obviously there's a reason why you've spent a lifetime in harness racing, and it's done me no harm. Look, we're going to get into this pick five because, we want to get that nailed down, and then we'll also have a look at that high five as we get closer to the fifth race. But we'll talk to you at about 7 minutes to post time.
Winbag Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including a three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbag Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbagfarm.com.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. 7 minutes away from race number 1 of 10. We've got the very popular Pick 5 play right up front, $5,000 guaranteed pool. Part of the go-to wagering menu at the River. The go-to wagering menu, they are the Pick 5s. Starting up tonight, races 1 and 6, the Pick 4 plays. Beginning in races 2 and 7, we've got non-jackpot high 5 opportunities. Races 5 and 10. And just shy of $3,000 in carryover money added to that early high 5 in race number 5. Now down to a field of 8 in there and the scratch of 5 night dancers. So 8 starters. It'll be 7 on gate plus a trailer for that carryover action for the high 5 in race number 5 of 10. So without further ado, let's bring up some Pick 5 ticket ideas. Myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone have done our best to try to find some winners throughout this early Pick 5 sequence to get a $5,000 guaranteed pool right here. In the opening leg, I went 1, 2, 8, group of trotters. I did take the 1 Beach Bank on top, spin first and second in the latest 2. Number 2, Miss Universe, daughter of Muscle Mass in the winner's circle plenty here on Wednesday evening. Miss Universe, yet to hit the board in 4 career tries, but she's going to face some easier company coming in from Woodbine Mohawk Park. Number 2, Miss Universe, beware. Even went outside to Charlie Cheeks away like last time. It's going to be Scott Calder going back on board. Trotters in the second race were on the 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 5 for trotters. In the fourth race, we cut it back to a pair of them. We're using 3, Super Green, and the 4, D.A. Adelio. First-time starter there for Kyle Fellows. Damian McClellan on board. Kyle's been doing some good things here at the River. Pacing event concludes the Pick 5 play. We're going to try the 2 All-Star Twinkle as well as 6 Lily Claire. I've got a big circle around her. I think she's going to be in for a great trip. Has some gate speed to work with. Daryl Thiessen. Going on board number 6, Lily Claire. She'll be one of my beware plays on the night. I'm in to go for $21.60 on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy has mapped out what he thinks could be a Pick 5 cash in possibility. Tell us about it, Gary.
Not nearly as much money spent, because I just think I got this figured out a little bit, but of course that could go out with the garbage after the first race. I've been blown out of the Pick 5 out of the first race too many times to tell you about. But in this first one, 1 Beach Bank, your top one, I'm with that one, and just fabulous. The equipment change, blind open and adding a Murphy blind to the left, and just fabulous was better last time out. Second, has 3 runner-up finishes, so maybe one that can get the job done. And just fabulous right now is at 5-1. Look at that for an open race 1. When you got a favorite at 4-1, that tells you nobody can figure out what they want there. This might have been a race to have a bunch of horses.
Yeah, that's what I would call a really nice betting board. Fans have a great opportunity to cash in on what could be a nice price on players here in the Open.
Yeah, so we have a little difference, but maybe Beach Bank and that 7-2 might drop down to closer to about 5-2, I think. But I don't think it'll get much lower than that because it is kind of an open dash. Ooh. Others in this Pick 5 race number 2. Yeah, we see the second race the same. I've got the inside 3 now because the 1 is out, so I've got the inside 3, the 2, 3, and 4. In race number 3, I used 2 of yours, but I didn't use your top one, Northern Teardrop. So that could be where if I get to there, I just might have some tears because maybe the 5 will do me in, Sammy Fillion for Blake McIntosh. But I do have the inside 2, Chatty Matty and Emmett Hanover. In race number 4, well, I got Super Green all alone. I think Super Green, good chance to be super. Off a win at Mohawk. First-time starter, D'Adelio, left it out. Qualified here, though, with a 28-2 final quarter. So, again, that might be where the tears flow. And in race number 5, my top one is I Dream of Jeannie. And, you don't even have that one. I mean, it is your third choice, but you left that one out. You got the 2 and 6. I went the 4, 2, and I included 8 Stay Pumped, which now will be leaving out of post position 7, and was a decent closer last time out, beaten just half a length in this class from off the pace. So, well, we'll see, but I only spent $7.20, so at least when I'm wrong, It cost me less to be wrong.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
720, cheap ticket for Gary Guys. Pick 5.
Minimize the damage.
Good idea. Yeah, right. Okay. I think we got one more, right? Conley Ecclestone, friend of the show, good friend of the show. And look at Conley going with a pair of singles throughout his sequence. He goes deepest of all, and what we've been saying appears to be a wide open race 1 trotting opener. A full field of 9 here and a great betting board. Conley going with the 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. He is for sure hoping for a decent price to start up his pick 5 play. He singles up number 4, Zillennial, in race number 2. Also singling up number 1, Chatty Matty, over into race number 3. Then he's going back deep, 4 deep in the 4th race with the 3, 4, 5, and 8. He does like your 3, Super Green, and my 4, D.A. Adelio. And then on the end of it, race number 5, Connolly going for 4, I Dream of Jeannie. And from the trailing spot, Kitty's Column. Kitty's Column reuniting with driver Garrett Rooney, again leaving from the trailing spot this evening. Part of the sequence for Conley Ecclestone. Conley Indigo for just $8 even on the 20-cent wager. That's how it looks for myself, Gary, and Conley on the early pick 5. Just over a minute. We'll see them post-parading here for race number 1 of 10 momentarily.
There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field for race number 1 on parade. 1, Beach Bank, Jason Ryan for Rick Zeron and Hut Racing. Number 2, Miss Universe, Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell and Flo Gosselin and Mitchell DiCenzo. Number 3 is T.H. Emmett, Brent McDonough for Matthew Trelford and Roy Trelford. Number 4, Just Fabulous, Anthony Hunt for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 5 is Movie Buff, Mark Etzel Drives and Trains for Robert Newton and Shantan and Peter Porter. Number 6, Jam Windshear, Daryl Cheeson for Matt Dupuy and Joe Muskokeman. Number 7, My Time, Your Money, Rob Jenkins Jr. for Felix Marion. Number 8 is Charlie Cheek, Scott Coulter for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. And number 9 is Special Scent, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and John Burns. Field of 9, race number 1. Let's get a look at this field and the tote board. And now number 1, Beach Bank, has come down, sitting at 2-1. And Beach Bank, there is a Jason Ryan scoring this one down. Set up a Rick Zeron, good recent form.
It looks very sharp here, right on the bit for Jason Ryan, right? It's been first and second in each of her latest 2. She had some pretty good posts to work with. I mean, post 4 right behind the car, and even post 7 is a pretty good one there. But for trotters, like you have mentioned, the rail has not been so kind to them this season.
Yeah, it's the seventh most winning post position on the trot. Second on the pace, but seventh on the trot. But I have a theory maybe it's more affecting the 2 and 3-year-olds and maybe Beach Bank being a 4-year-old. We're going to
Okay.
find out. But certainly Jason Ryan will be mindful of that. 8-5 as the favorite. How about number 2, Miss Universe, getting a fair amount of money, 7-2, 4-1, off of back-to-back ninths. But that's Mohawk. We've seen this turn around where horses come in not racing well at Mohawk and come in here and say, "Yeah, giddy up, let's go."
I'm sure this daughter of Muscle Mass is going to take to this company much better than what she's been facing. Those have been some tough events in her young career. She's 0 for 4 coming in for hitting the board, but again, she's been racing against much tougher. A great looking daughter of Muscle Mass. And you know what? Those Muscle Mass 2 and 3-year-olds. They've been doing good things at the river. Wednesday night was a big, big night for the sire Muscle Mass.
Yeah, it was a lot of muscle mass, and they all looked really sharp, just outstanding. We've got a horse from post position 8 that you used on your pick 5. I used as my third choice, but I only went too deep. So Charlie Cheeks is one that, I might regret leaving off because this is one that's coming in good form.
100%. Number 8, Charlie Cheeks. I went chasing after this one last time out because it had been improving since the addition of Lasix. This will be the 4th start Lasix for number 8, Charlie Cheeks. And it's going to be Scott Coulter going back on board, who did finish a strong second from off the pace 2 back. Right now, I love that price. I don't see him leaving in here. He's going to need a toe up, and he might need some pace to chase. But for me, the price is right, 9-1, and the addition of Lasix has certainly helped this one, Gary.
One thing with young trotters, Charlie Cheeks is one that does not show any X's on his dance card. 6 starts and stayed flat in all of them, where there are some X's as you look down the page. And so this is one that's been able to keep it together. And when you leave from an outside post, if you get a couple of breakers, too, all of a sudden it's a lot easier to get out and then over because there might be a few that aren't even beside you as soon as we get heading on out of there. Number 9,
Indeed.
Special Scent, is one that, I tend to shy away from the trailer post, and you shied enough away at least to not use in your pick 5, but you do have it, Special Scent, in your 4th spot.
Yeah, it does have some speed to work with. Was parked to a quarter, 28-4. Last time out, found some pylon position, was able to hang on for 5th. The only reason I'm using this one, Gary, is because the daughter of Archangel, she is following out that serious gate speed of Beach Bank. I don't think the rail is going to pose much of a problem for the one. So I went thinking Special Scent could be in for a great journey here for Bert Renault.
We'll watch that and see if JB will get this one out on the back of Beach Bank. One that I do want to get to, number 4, Just Fabulous. Equipment change, blind to open, Hattigan Murphy blind on the left and off of a second last time out. This is one of many disagreements we have this evening. I used this one for my second choice, and, I told you we have 6 races where I have a different top one. This is my second one.
Yeah.
And Just Fabulous, going to be fabulous or not?
I would not be surprised, Gary, to see this daughter of Muscle Mass racing up close. She does have a really good gate speed. She is leaving behind the car. It's those last quarters and her latest 2, 31-4 and 32 flat before that, won't get you much in Ontario.
Well, there you go. Now you're confusing me here with facts. Don't do that to me. I got to mention race number 4, number 7, Anti-Hero is scratched. Race 4, 7, Anti-Hero is scratched. It is a field of 9 for race 1, Beach Bank, Miss Universe, and T.H. Emmett. In the center, Just Fabulous and Movie Buff. To the outside, Jam Winsher, My Time, Your Money, and Charlie Cheeks. And the second tier, Special Scent. It's a field of 9. Race number 1. Field for the first race. is at the start of the rough. Just Fabulous. Jam Windshear also getting out well. And then Special sent off stride. My Time Your Money also with a break in stride. Beach Bank is third right now as the field races on around the turn. But right now, Jam Windshear wants to come on and get the lead. Movie Buff went off stride. And it is Jam Windshear. Just Fabulous second. Beach Bank is third. And off stride goes T.H. Emmett. So now fourth is Miss Universe. And Charlie Cheeks has done very little work and yet is fifth right now with a bunch of breakers as they race their way off the turn. And now it is Anthony Hahn. Just fabulous early. 27-4 opening quarter and leads by about 2 1/4 of Jam Windshear. Beach Bank third. Miss Universe is racing fourth. And then Charlie Cheeks and Special Scent is struggling and is well back. And then further to T.H. Emmett as they work their way up towards the half of a 27-4 opening quarter. Just Fabulous at 11-1. Jam Windshear. Beach Bang is racing position to third as they race into the backstretch. 58-1. That was a 30-2 second panel breather for Just Fabulous, and Beach Bank moves to the outside and is trying to come on and reel in Just Fabulous. Now Beach Bank is second. Jam Windshear will actually share second, and they race their way up to 3/4, but it is still Just Fabulous who got a breather and now took them on by 3/4. 128-2, a 30-1 second panel, a third panel as well, and Beach Bank went off stride. Miss Universe is coming after Just Fabulous. Now Jam Windshear, 3 across the track as they turn for home. Just Fabulous on the inside, Jam Windshear, Miss Universe, and here comes Charlie Cheeks on the outside. On down the stretch, where they come, Jam Windshear. Jam Windshear is going to be the winner. Then Charlie Cheeks, Miss Universe, and Just Fabulous, 158-2. The even numbers get the top 4 positions in race number 1. Isn't that odd?
Well, not. I get it now. Not odd. I get it now, Gary. Yeah. I've got the 2 and 8. You've got the 4. We've got no 6 though, right? In the opening leg of the pick 5 play. So a price player starting things up. My Charlie Cheeks just running out of track. 4 breakers prior to the opening quarter mile in there, and I thought I would have had a great shot with 1, 2, and 8 remaining flat. Didn't happen, though. Charlie Cheeks, we're going to keep on chasing him, Gary.
And you know, that Jam Windshear is one that we were on a little while back, and we kind of got off. And maybe, Robert used to lament horses that the Robert off angle, and we got off this one, and, well, we got off too early.
Got off at the wrong town, right?
Yeah, and by the way, the answer when I said, isn't that odd, you said, no, it's not odd, it's even. But Jam
right?
Windshear.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Matt Dupuis, Daryl Thiessen, I mean, that's definitely a connection you can bet. And this is one that was third last time out. The thing is, though, you mentioned final quarters, 32 final quarter last time out. But, they didn't come home all that much, 30 seconds, but Jam Windshear was able to be stronger to the finish.
Just enough, right? Just enough to hold on. And that's what I was going to remark. I mean, the only reason I didn't go to 6 in there is because of those final quarters in the latest 32 flat last time out, 31 before that. You won't see me picking too many horses on top if they're not showing sub 30 speed on the end.
And you're right, because you schooled me on 4 Just Fabulous, and Just Fabulous actually had things set up nicely, but just didn't have the closing ability.
Right, kind of stealing away through a soft middle half, but no answer late to the 2, 6, and 8. But stayed around for a piece of that superfecta, which is probably going to come back huge.
Yeah, and a nice high superfecta, and a good one at 7-1 to kick off the pick 5. As we did not stick to our guns with Jam Windshear and double-barreled Daryl Thiessen, a 3-year-old tactical landing brown filly, owned by Joe Muskokeman, trained by Matt Dupuis. It's a first win. Jam Windshear victorious, 158-2. The first race, payout 6 Jam, Windshear, 1720, 987, 10, 8 Charlie Cheeks, 1268, 90. And 2 Miss Universe, 410, $2 exactor, 138.80. Dollar try, 299.35. 20-cent Super 500, 87.03. Fans note in race number 4, D.A. Adelio will be wearing trotting hobbles and did wear them with the July 30th qualifier. So wore trotting hobbles on the qualifier and wears them this evening. First race, or a finish from the top, is an 8364719. Well, that's not correct. Let's just see. How about well, we'll get it adjusted. The order of finish from the top, 836471925. That's an 836471925.
Alrighty, we're gonna slide right into an early pick four here at the River. Tickets for myself, Gary, and Connolly are coming up. Myself and Gary are going inside to the 2, 3, and 4 here. The one has scratched. So for Gary and I, it's either 2, 3, or 4 in race number 2. We're on the 1, 2, and 5, myself, in the third race. Fourth race, I'm looking at Super Green, a super good contender there. And the first time starter, number 4, D.A. Adelio. Loved the qualifier. Went back and took a look at it. And this horse was trotting very strong, even coming up the passing lane on the end of it, 28-2. The program line, the chart line does not lie for the 4, D.A. Adelio. In that qualifier, big back half for that one. So big circle for me around the 4. In race 4, the 5th race, pacing event, we're on 2, All-Star Twinkle, as well as 6, Lily Claire, who I think could be sitting on a big one. Just $7.20 on the pick 4 play on my end. Gary, guys, pick 4. Let's get a look at Gary's ticket. 2, 3, and 4. His top selection in there was the 2. He's on the 1 and 2. In the third race, his top selection being 2. He staying with that single in race number 4, that 3, Super Green. And on the end of it, Gary's 3 that he'll use, or the 2, 4, and 8, his top selection in there was number 4, I Dream of Jeannie. Gary in for just $3.60. Connolly's ticket, quickly. Staying with singles in the second race, Selenial in the third race, Chatty Matty, deepest the ball, race 4. On the end of it for Connolly, I Dream of Jeannie, Kitty's column, 4 and 9. Connolly's in for just $1.60. On a 20 center, Post Parade is next.
Field for the second on parade, one scratched to his Silver Detector semi-filia for J.F. McGuire and Silver Stables. Number 3 is Lifting a Legend, Brett McDonough for Dominic Gladue and the stable. 4 is Zillennial, Jay Harris for Lacey McCabe and Glenview Livestock and Cheryl Cherry. Number 5 is Jet Air, Damien McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Triple S Equine. Number 6, Beach Concert, Garrett Rooney for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing. And number 7, Century Messiah, Daryl Thiessen for Keith Jones and Doug McCarthy. It's a field of 6, race number 2. Let's get a look at this field. We get Prospect Series trotting colts and Sugar. At the start of the show, we had a bunch of geese in the infield, but I guess they didn't have J.M. Winshear in their pick 5 because the geese have all gone. And also noticed 90% of the pick 5 pool is gone as well already, just with that J.M. Winshear.
That's incredible. A 7-1 winner and leaving 10% of the pool in live money left in play. Wow.
Well, that's why we had
best of luck.
That's why we had to pay attention to our pick 4 tickets because we're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is where we got to hit, right? Let's kind of rebound and try to bounce back for this opening leg of the pick 4 play. Top selection, you're looking at him, 2-year-old son of Alarm Detector here, Zillennial, with some really good gate speed and some pretty good final quarters as well. They might have their work cut out for them beating Zillennial. This is a single in the multi-leg sequences for Conley Ecclestone, our friend of the show, Gary.
And Lacey McCabe. You know, I've often been backing Lacey McCabe. She's got some strong numbers. Jay Harris, Zillennial, blasted off the gate in the OSS action here and now is in the Prospect. So that's a positive drop as well. Zillennial, 7-2. That's a steal. How about number 2, Silver Detector, my top one, 6-5. And the difference is this is one that just raced in a maiden class, and so actually I think it's stepping up a little bit while Zillennial is stepping down.
pretty good third in the career debut, was finishing right in behind Zillennial, who happened to be a favorite on that occasion. Zillennial on that day was paying $3.50 to win. The Silver Detector was paying over $20 to win. Now it's a rail to work with. I like this bit of a score down there for the son of Alarm Detector. Uh, Not a real big animal, but thick. I love this look, and the horse players are kind of liking him too right now at 6-5 with Sammy Fillion on board.
A little bit low to the ground. He's kind of put together in a solid, compact way. But you know what? I have all day long for Jean-Francois Maguire's barn and Sammy Fillion.
Yeah, me too.
That's a pretty strong connection, 6-5. Number 3, Lifting Legend, Brett McDonough and Dominic Gladue. And, well, what did this one do here last time out? Oh, a win, 3 1/4 lengths.
Yeah, did nothing wrong. Took a mark of 2 minutes 4/5, the maiden mark, and there's nothing wrong with that over the river. Fitting in well, a 5-2 third choice, and a great looking son of Muscle Mass. I remember watching this one in the winner's circle. So sharp and proud looking. He is absolutely got Muscle Mass stamped all over him.
Yeah, and he's a little taller than Silver Detector. And the thing also, this is one that's raced in the Prospect Series, had a trailer post, got away 5th, but still managed to finish 3rd, and has had 4 tries, which is the most experience of this field. So maybe Lifting Legend 5-2 is a place to go. We use those inside 3, and they are getting the action, but one more. Number 5, Jet Air. Boy, that would help that big 5 kill a big chunk of the remaining 10% that's alive.
Right on. Handsome son of Archangel here. Really like the look of this one. It's going to be the second time Lasix angle as well. One of the longest shots on the board, Damian McClellan combining with trainer Kyle Fellows. The more I looked at this race, the more I thought this horse could really look to step things up in here. Might be able to find another second or 2 even on this second time Lasix angle.
Had a try in the Grassroots as the debut mile and made a break, but since then has had 2 flat lines. And the final quarter you'd like more last time up, but also shows 29-2 at Mohawk July the 17th. So Jet Air, there's some positives, but I'll tell you, the 14-1 is a huge positive. It's a field of 6. Race number 2, Silver Detector and Lifting Legend on the inside. In the center, Zillennial, Jet Air to the outside, Beach Concert, and Century Messiah. Field for the second race. There at the start of the rough. And Jet Air is going to come out alertly. Jet Air also leaving Zillennial down to the inside, Silver Detector and Lifting Legend. Right now, Silver Detector, Lifting Legend dueling the Silver Detector and Sammy Fillion with a front. Lifting Legend now is going to get to the pylons in front of Zillennial. Jet Air did leave well, but now ends up getting away 4th, and then Beach Concert and Century Messiah. But Silver Detector 6-5 on the board, has the lead for Sammy Fillion. They race their way on up towards us, and racing second, Lifting Legend. There's a gap behind those two of about 6 or 7 lengths. Zillennial is third. Then it is Jet Air, Beach Concert, and Century Messiah. And they race their way up towards the half of a 28-2 opening quarter. And they race their way on into the backstretch. Silver Detector, then Lifting Legend, Zillennial, and Jet Air, Beach Concert, and Century Messiah. And they race their way on towards 3/4 of a half of 59-1. Silver Detector and Sammy Fillion just sitting in the coach right now with a lead of a couple of lengths. Lifting the Legend is second. Jet Air to the outside now is taking air first over and is coming on. Zillennial and then Beach Concert and Century Messiah. They race on by 3/4. Silver Detector leads still, though, by 2. No urging yet from Sammy Filion. 128 and 4 the 3/4. Lifting Legend. And then Jet Air, Zillennial. Back to Beach Concert, and then Century Messiah will need a miracle. And it is Silver Detector as they turn for home. Lifting Legend and Jet Air on down the stretch drive they come. Silver Detector. A final push from Lifting Legend. Silver Detector and Lifting Legend. Silver Detector is the winner. Lifting Legend second. Zillennial third. And then Beach Concert fourth. 158 and 4. Silver Detector 6-5 on the board. Got the front and got the fractions that worked out a pretty evenly rated mile, Sugar, and solid Silver Detector.
Indeed, great rating there. Sammy Filion on board, a Silver Detector. We mentioned, not a real big son of alarm detector, but nice and thick, low to the ground, and looked really good in the early going. And when on the lead, he looked even better just being left alone there. He got challenged late by Lifting Legend from the pocket, but he didn't make up a whole lot of ground through that final eight. A well-meant winner, Gary. Silver Detector, and a nice maiden mark of 158 and 4.
Yeah, and you can see Sammy just the whip away. You saw him yell at the horse just once, like, yeah, keep going. But, especially also when you're looking at these young trotters, you don't want to get too busy on them because they're just learning how to race. You don't want to rattle them.
Yeah. Yeah, just encouraging words, right, from Sammy through the lane. And this horse was trying for him. I mean, he dug in pretty good when the horse got to his wheel. That was all he'd allow that horse to get to him. A full-length winner there for Silver Detector. I love the look. I mean, he's home in 29 and 1 in his career debut, finishing third. And the job done tonight. Again, I like the look. I like a thick 2-year-old, and that's what you got with the Silver Detector.
I love the look, too, of having my 2 on top there with the 2, 3, 4. And I know what Sammy was yelling at the horse, just yelling, hey, Gary took you on top. Keep going.
That's exactly it. You were reading his lips. You're a lip reader, too.
Well, I don't have many talents, but I got a couple. And I had enough talent to figure out that Sammy Filion and Jean-Francois Maguire would be good enough to take on top. And, well, that turned out really well for me. At least we get some pick 5 players that were blasted out. The ones that were left, that 10% that are left, are probably still hanging around after a 6-5 Silver Detector.
Yeah, there'd be a few with that long shot in front. No way you could leave the 2 off your ticket in the leg 2 of that pick 5 play. Best of luck to those still moving on, Gary.
It's a 2, 3, 4, 6 back in front of us. Number 2, Silver Detector, 2-year-old Alarm Detector, Bay Gelding by Silver Stables, trained by Jean-Francois Maguire. Sammy Filion, the winning drive. Silver Detector. And, also Sammy Filion scored his 1,000th win on Tuesday night at Georgian Downs, and Jen is out trackside just to make sure that, we show Sammy some love. Sammy's one of the top drivers here and scored his 1,000th on Tuesday night at Georgian Downs, and there's the board for Sammy Filion. Second race. Payouts number 2, Silver Detector, 440, 280, 210. 3, Lifting Legend, 240, 220. 4, Zillennial, 210. $2 Exactor, $15. Dollar Try, $10, $15. Super, $22.20. $2 double of 6 and 2, $62.50. Second race order of finish from the top down. Scratch 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6. That's scratch 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6 on the bottom.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and the Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Field for the third on parade. 1, Chatty Matty. Get ready for Desiree Jones. Number 2 is Emmett Hanover, Paul McKenzie for Luke Blaine, Determination. And number 3 is Hill Will Corey, Austin Surrey for Sean Stacy and Glengate Farms and Mark Stacy. Number 4 is Sweetest Tricks, Damian McClellan for Herb Holland and Hutt Racing. Number 5, Northern Teardrop, Sammy Filia for Blake McIntosh and Northfield Farms. Number 6 is Ann Maris Cookie, Brett McDonough for Blake McIntosh and Hutt Racing. And number 7, Dunphy's Resolution. Scott Kohler, Shane Weber, and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. And number 8 is Twiddlesticks, Anthony Hahn for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Field of 8 for race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, a dash that we have what you call a difference of opinion. Number 5, Northern Teardrop, your top one. Certainly that last race at Mohawk, the Pure Ivory, didn't go well, but yeah, it was post position 10.
Yeah, you know what? I love this horse, Gary. I'm not just saying that. Everything is pointing to a maiden victory for this one tonight. Love the price right now at 5-1. Sammy already in the winner's circle. It's going to be second time with the trotting hobbles. And, of course, needed that clean line in the latest. Did show some early speed from post 10, thought better of it, took back, and just wanted to get around cleanly by the looks of it, and now faces much easier competition here. I love this horse.
Yeah.
I thought this one might be 9-5 or 2-1 right about now, but loving her chances. Absolutely love the price. 5-1 for Northern Teardrop. Maiden score coming up.
And a good thing to mention those trotting hobbles, because if you're looking down the page and you see back-to-back races with breaks, those both came without the trotting hobbles. So you have a reason to maybe ignore that and then look at that last time and blast it out, and then took back and got a smooth mile and actually came home in 29-2. So Northern Teardrop just drops in here, and we'll see. 5-1, you could be holding on to some value. My top one, and number 2, Emmett Hanover, is a lot of people's top one. Well, it is Luke Bland. It is a $118,000 yearling purchase, making a first career start.
Yeah, second and third in the qualifiers, was on the lead most of the way in that latest qualifier. And you can notice in that line, D.A. Adelio was finishing up a closing third. We'll see that one next in the fourth race. So, again, I watched that qualifier because I wanted to see D.A. Adelio, no one else. But Emmett Hanover was second best in there. 2:02, not so bad. Might have to find 2 more seconds, though, to get the job done in here. Right now, I believe this son of Green Shoe is over bet at even money.
And also should mention Paul McKenzie did qualify this one both times for Luke Blaze, so he's got a feel for this one. And, well, I'm going with the Charlottetown-bred Paul McKenzie. I'm loyal to the Maritimes, even if you being from there or not. So you know, lack of loyalty on your part. You went to Northern Teardrop. Number 1, Chatty Matty, Garrett Rooney, G-Money for Desiree Jones. A trotter from post position 1. We'll see if that works out.
Right. I know Conley Ecclestone loves the chances for this one, was using this one as a single throughout the multi-leg sequences. Garrett Rooney, catch driving assignment, and that's never a bad idea when wanting to back a horse in Ontario. A 5-2 player, likely to be racing on or near the lead. Does show 27-3 final quarter. You mentioned tonight already when looking at trotters and not seeing any X's throughout the lines. Love the look of this one. No X's anywhere. Very honest looking, this one, Chatty Matty.
Yeah, and I was talking about young trotters down on the inside. This might be a case where it may not bother her because she's been steady as you go. I do like the fact that she shows a couple of 27 and change final quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, for a young 2-year-old trot in filly, it looks like maybe she has some real trot and speed. 3, Hill Win Corey, Austin Surrey, Sean Stacy. 2 qualifiers, and both of them at Mohawk.
Right on. We're seeing many of them in here coming in from Woodbine Mohawk Park starts and qualifiers. I like the look of this 2-year-old colt son of Captain Corey going out for the strong barn lately of Sean Stacy.
The money has really come for Chatty Matty, 6-5 on the board. I did throw Sweetest Tricks onto my ticket, but that's just one that I used on the bottom and did have a 4th in a prospect series, and this is a maiden class of 2-year-olds. We'll see how it unfolds. But it's a field of 8, and you're on 5, Northern Teardrop.
Let's
And,
go.
I'm loyal to Paul McKenzie here at 8-5, but the fans have gone to one Chatty Matty at 6-5. Chatty Matty, Emmett Hanover, He'll Win Corey in the center, Sweetest Tricks and Northern Teardrop, and to the outside, and Maris Cookie, Dunphy's Resolution, and Twiddlesticks. It's a field of 8, race number 3. It's a field of 8 for the third. They're at the start of the rough in Sweetest Tricks and Northern Teardrop and Maris Cookie on the inside. Chatty Matty and Emmett Hanover is also leaving. Right now it's Chatty Matty and Emmett Hanover, and those two racing on around that first turn with Sweetest Tricks third. Then Ann Maris Cookie is fourth, and He'll Win Corey, Northern Teardrop, and then Dunphy's Resolution and Twiddlesticks. Chatty Matty 8-5 on the board. Also 8-5 on the board is Emmett Hanover, who's right now racing second. Sweetest Tricks is third, and Maris Cookie is racing position fourth in front of He'll Win Corey off that 28-4 opening quarter. Chatty Matty's got the lead. Emmett Hanover second. Sweetest Tricks is third in line, and Maris Cookie is racing fourth as the field heads their way up towards the half, and then it is back to He'll Win Corey and Northern Teardrop, and off that 28-4 opening quarter, the trailing pair, Dunphy's Resolution and Twiddlesticks. But it is Chatty Matty who's got the lead with Emmett Hanover in the pocket. And Maris Cookie now is moving on the outside and getting up closer. He'll Win Corey. And now moving on the outside, Northern Teardrop has come on and is racing now, taking fifth and sixth is Sweetest Tricks. They head on to three quarters. It is still Chatty Matty, and Maris Cookie. Emmett Hanover on the inside third is moving up a little bit closer and is still staying in the pocket and is sliding up a little tighter to Chatty Matty, Emmett Hanover, and Maris Cookie, and racing fourth, He'll Win Corey, three quarters, 128-2, and wide kicking in. Northern Teardrop is coming hard now, and it is Chatty Matty. Emmett Hanover on the inside. He'll Win Corey. Out wide is Northern Teardrop. On down the stretch drive for Chatty Matty, Emmett Hanover, and He'll Win Corey and Northern Teardrop, but Chatty Matty is going to win. He'll Win Corey second. Then it was Northern Teardrop and Emmett Hanover. 158-4. We saw the money come for Chatty Matty, and that was the right money because, dropped down to 8-5 and then raced like an 8-5 horse should.
Yeah, solid winner there. Garrett Rooney with the cash driving assignment. Had her on top all the way. She made a statement early, more or less saying, it's time for the rest of you to take back because I want to be the leading lady in here. And she certainly was. There's another nice maiden mark for a 2-year-old trotting filly. 158-4. He'll Win Corey, who looked fine on post parade. The career debut, it looks like the deuce. Big 4-wide push from Northern Teardrop, was coming on really good late, but it was just too late for that late surge. And then Emmett Hanover, another first-time starter, staying on for fourth in the Super.
Yeah, and it is the top four are the four that you used as your top four, but not in the correct order. But look, Chatty Matty maybe kind of slid away from us. I did use this one second, but you know what? Really, when you look a little deeper, those 27 and change quarters probably should have caught more of your attention. And even last time out at Mohawk, after a 32-second opening quarter, the rest of the mile is very solid.
Right. And in there, out of the field, she's the most experienced. There were 4 first-time starters in there, so she had that experience factor. And like you said, a pair of 27 and change final quarters on the end. Everything pointed to Chatty Matty. Conley was the one. Yeah. Using that one as a single in his multi-leg wagers.
And we mentioned also about post one not working for the trotters. Oh. Well, yeah, because a lot of them, I guess, break down on the inside, young trotters. But Chatty Matty, we remarked, no X's on the program, and it stays that way.
Yeah. Very honest, and that's what you want. I mean, it's no good trying to find a winner with a bunch of X's throughout the lines.
Well, when you're training a trotter, if you can get one that just stays on trotting all the time, you can make some serious money, even if they're not the best one in there, because they keep on going. It's a field of 8 for race number 3. And the winner was one Chatty Matty. Chatty Matty 2-year-old Captain Corey Black Filly, owned by Gino Toscani. Desiree Jones, the trainer. Garrett Rooney, the winning driver. First win in 6 starts. Chatty Matty, 158-4. The third race, payouts 1 Chatty Matty. $543 220. 3 Hill Wind Corey, $563.70. 5 Northern Teardrop, $270. $2 Exactor, $21.70. Dollar Try, $30.50. Dollar Super, $66.15. 20-cent Super, $13.23. And fans, while we have a moment, we'd like to welcome the Dan Allen Financial Group. They're having a patio party this evening. The Dan Allen Financial Group here on the patio, partying it up tonight at the river. The third race, or her finish from the top, 142-53687. That's 142-53687 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the fourth. One is Arbella Hanover, Brett McDonough, Luke Bland, Determination. Number 2 is Ace 44 Magic. George Kentros drives and trains and owns. Number 3 is Super Green. Sammy Filia for Jeff McGuire and Jean Allaire. Number 4 is D.A. Adelio. Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Art of the Park Stable. Number 5 is Virgie. Jason Ryan for Brett Lester and Mario Villani and Adelio Cicchetti. Number 6 is Alberto. Daryl Thiessen for Steve Bossens and Stuart McQueen. 7 is scratched. And number 8 is Northern Genius. Garrett Rooney for Blake McIntosh and Northfield Farm. It's a field of 7, race number 4. Well, let's get a look at this field. And number 4, D.A. Adelio, should mention, qualified with trotting hobbles, wears them here. And you're all over this one at 10-1. And why not? Because the one that I like and a lot of fans like is 4-5 on the board. Now 11-1.
Indeed, why not? I looked at his program line and I thought to myself, let's just go back and look at the replay for that qualifier. And you can find all the Grand River Raceway qualifiers on their YouTube page. Check out the look of this son of Green Man Alishi. He looks fantastic. Again, I went back and caught the replay. He's showing 4x8 at the half, and he's showing 3rd by 10 at 3/4. And maybe in between there, he's at least a dozen or more off the lead, Gary. So I got him clocked up myself, home in 28 flat in the qualifier. And he's making a move towards the passing lane where many young horses would not go up. That horse was going up and gaining, and after the line, he was on top. D.A. Adelio then. I love his chances here. I loved that qualifier, and the program line is dead on. He was way back.
Well, and look, if you're going to take a shot, you might as well take a shot against a 4-5 horse, because if you miss out on cashing a 4-5 horse, I always say 4-5s are like buses. If you miss one, there'll be another one coming along in 20 minutes. And,
good one.
Yeah, that one that's coming along here, 3 Super Green. Now, it is Sammy Filia for Jeff McGuire, and they already hooked up in the second with Silver Detector, and fans have certainly detected that you could bet this one because off a win at Mohawk in 58-2.
Do like his chances. It's hard not to. Like the McGuire Filion combination. Looks fantastic. Here's another son of Green Manalishi. And that's what we're going to go for the exactor box then. 4-3, 3-4. That's where I'm at. Nothing wrong with Super Green coming home in 28 flat over the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. He broke his maiden in the latest 158-2. Lots to like about this one as well, Gary.
Yeah, just a 15,000 yearling purchase, London Classic sale. Both the 3 and 4 are inexpensive purchases from the London Classic yearling sale, and both look like they could be pretty nice Green Manalishi trotter. Some value there. Number 6, Albedo, also purchased for 12,000 at London, and look, this is one that already has a second place finish in Hanover, July the 26th, just getting going in her career. His career.
Here we are in August, right? Like 2 months away from this year's edition of the London Classic yearling sale. Things are ramping up. This is a great-looking colt son of Trixton. Was finishing second in the career debut over the half-miler at Hanover, and then 6th in the latest over Grand River Raceway. Great-looking colt here. Nice dark colt. Son of Trixton. Daryl Thiessen, who likes to put them in play. I'm not sure what he's got for some gate speed, but if there's any at all, watch for Daryl to have this one forwardly placed. Handsome colt.
He's a bit tall. He's got some long legs on him, Albedo. And look, there's been some nice value coming out of that London Classic sale. They might have to change it to call it the London Value Classic sale, because there's been some horses not, garnering big money and yet actually being very competitive and looking pretty solid. And number 8, Northern Genius. Well, I don't think you have to be a genius to back G Money in a race, because this is one that already has a second here in a prospect series, and well, this is a prospect series.
Right, went over and tried the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Didn't work out for that one, but his best showing is at the River. And gets a pretty good post to work with now. Does move in a spot with the scratch of number 7, the 8. Northern Genius, worth a look at double-digit odds.
I'm interested to see what Brett McDonald, Luke Blais on the inside, but we mentioned young trotters on the inside. Sometimes they don't like it down there. Staking a fair amount of money at 7-2. And just qualified here in 205 and 204 and 3. But that last one made an early break, so a 33 and 3 opening quarter. After that, after they got straightened out, this is one that put up 3 solid panels and can actually go some. A muscle mass gelding on the inside.
Yeah, the one horse, Arabella Hanover, trotted home a decent back half of a minute and change. I don't see any early speed whatsoever from that one. The one horse, I don't know if you're going to see him sitting in the front 3 or 4. So it's going to be an uphill climb for that one, I believe. For me, at 7-2, maybe a touch over bet right now.
And a muscle mass that have been doing really well, but we're hooked up with the Green Manalishis here, and
Let's go.
You're on 4 D'Adelio, and I went to the even money is Super Green. Look at D'Adelio has fallen down to 4-1. You've been chasing this one down the tote board now. Our Bella Hanover, Ace 44 Magic on the inside of the center, Super Green. D'Adelio and Bridgie to the outside, Albedo and Northern Genius. Field of 7, the 4th dash, Prospect Series, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. And the field for the 4th race. In the backstretch, approaching the start. Field for the 4th race is at the start of the rough, and Albedo is going to leave out and also getting out alertly, and then going off stride is D'Adelio, and now racing the second, Bridgie, and third, Super Green, Ace 44 Magic, and Northern Genius, and then Arbella Hanover, and D'Adelio and Damian McClellan way back trailing after a break. Albedo 22-1 has the lead. Bridgie's racing position second and is moved up a little closer in the pocket. Super Green doesn't want to sit on the inside third and is going to move up rapidly now for Sammy Filia. Super Green wants to drive up and grab the lead, 29-3 opening quarter, and Super Green is on the move now and tackling Albedo. Super Green and Albedo share the lead on Pastis, but now Super Green tries to clear before the turn. Super Green takes over. Albedo is racing second and Bridgie third. Ace 44 Magic fourth, and Arbella Hanover back to Northern Genius, and D'Adelio with another break in stride is having a rough go of things. Super Green 2-5 on the boards, got the lead. Albedo is filling the pocket. 1 minute, 1/5 halftime off at 29-3 opening quarter. Bridgie's racing third. There goes Arbella Hanover now, and Brett McDonald popping out from 5th and is moving and is trying to come on and grab 4th and take it from Ace 44 Magic. That pair shares 4th right now, and 6th is Northern Genius. Super Green 2-5 on the board as they race their way on by 3/4. Super Green, no urging just yet, and then Albedo, and on the outside Bridgie trying to close, but Super Green looks super. Ace 44 Magic and Albella Hanover, and then Northern Genius, but Super Green continues at off stride Albedo. So now Bridgie inherits second. Ace 44 Magic and Arbella Hanover, and Northern Genius on down the stretch drive, and Super Green and Sammy Filia sitting in the coach right now is going to win this one by about 3 or 4. Ace 44 Magic, Arbella Hanover, and Bridgie 2 minutes flat. Super Green was super 2-5 on the board, and as I mentioned, if you miss a favorite, well, whatever. You took your shot on one that actually fell down the tote board, but then your chances fell away early with a break.
Yeah, just wasn't going to happen. I thought, oh boy, here we go. He's going to put him up close, but wasn't able to keep it together early. D'Adelio will have to wait for another day. Super Green, though, back-to-back wins over the big track, Woodbine Mohawk Park, 58-2, and scores tonight 2 minutes flat. McGuire and Filia combining for a pair of wins early on the card, and both of the McGuire trotters have looked fantastic. This son of Green Manalishi, when he made that winning move at the quarter mile, he was thinking about it, and he went up and grabbed control. And this is just a a winning, paid-for training mile. Well done, Super Green.
Yeah, just pretty confident, and he's just sitting there, sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Silver Detector, who was a little chunkier and lower to the ground. This is one that's a little bit more tall, and still does actually look a little bit like a 2-year-old, which of course is not a surprise because is a 2-year-old.
Yeah, not real big, but like the Green Manali, she's kind of laggy, right? And a nice reach on him. Already 2 victories from 3 career starts. So lots to build on for McGuire and Sammy. The good times continue to roll in the week where he got to 1,000 career driving victories.
Well, I don't mind a leggy horse if those legs are in front of the other legs and the other horses.
Right on. I mean, we've seen it last year and into this year. That's the stamp of a Green Manalishi. Very laggy, maybe not much for size, but they've got a great reach on them, Gary.
Ace 44 Magic at 35 to 1. So if you backed Super Green onto an exactor ticket and you used the 2, at least you got rewarded with one at a long price. George Ketros. And George is actually having himself a decent campaign, and he sent out some, and this is one that was reasonably good up at George in last race. So, yeah, nice little 35 to 1 shot.
Yeah, Ketros. Not a very big barn, but the quality is there, Gary.
And back in front of us, number 3, Super Green, 2-year-old Green Manalishi Bay gelding, owned by Jean Allaire and Jean-Francois McGuire and GT Stables. Jean-Francois McGuire is the trainer. Sammy Fillion with a driving double, second win for Super Green. This year in lifetime, mile of 2 minutes flat. The 4th race payout, 3 Super Green, $290, $280, $240. 2 A's 44 Magic, $11, $480. 1 Arbella Hanover, $310. $2 Exactor, $21.30. Dollar Try, $37. Dollar Super, $154.95. 20-cent Super, $30.99. 5th race is up next, and a Super High Five carryover of $2,970. Scratched his 5 Night Dancer. The fourth race order of finish from the top. 3, 2, 1, 7, 4, 6, scratch 5. That's 3, 2, 1, 7, 4, 6, scratch 5. Fifth race next. 5 is out. And a carryover into the super high five of $2,970.79.
$165 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and a Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Field 4, Race 5 on Parade 1. Queen of the Deck, Lauren Hauser, Scott McNiven, and Kimberly and Brad McNiven, and Doug Haywood and Thomas Broadhurst. Number 2 is All-Star Twinkle Austin Soy for a Pamela Goodale. And 3 is Odds On Selenium, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Triple S Equine. Number 4, I Dream of Jeannie, Sammy Filia for Francis Guimet and Alcina Farm and Melissa Hendricks. Number 6, Lily Claire, Daryl Thiessen for Daryl Laver and Derek Farm and Dave Walls and James Grant. Number 7, Safe Passage, Damian McClellan for Phyllis McLennan, and Mike McClellan is the trainer. Number 8 is Stay Pumped, Scott Quiller, Dean Nixon, and Mike Gillis. And 9, Kitty's Column, Garrett Rooney for Cameron McQueen and John McQueen and Gregory Tuckwell. Field of 8, race number 5, Super High 5 with a carryover. Pretty nice dash to have a carryover high 5. I think it's pretty wide open. I think All-Star Twinkle, even though you're looking at 6 to 5 on the board, I don't think should be 6 to 5. Yeah, that last race was a pretty crushing, dominating victory, but I don't see this sports writer Gelding being able to dominate this one. We'll see. What's your thought?
Yeah, All-Star Twinkle, certainly good to go right from the start. Last time out, the further she went, the more she was going to win by, right? 154 and 3, just missing her life best by a tick of a second. Not sure if she's going to be cutting it. Well, she should be up close. There's not a whole lot of speed from Queen of the Deck to her left, but number 4, I Dream of Jeannie, is a big gate blaster, has been on the lead many of those times when her nose has been on the gate. Just a little short on the end of her latest, getting picked off late by Stay Pumped, that 4, I Dream of Jeannie. But All-Star Twinkle for me, that'll be the top selection all day here.
One thing for me to note, though, is stepping up one level, whereas I Dream of Jeannie was racing in this class the last 3 starts. And look, All-Star Twinkle, you can't take anything away from that last effort. That was a crushing domination. Number 6, Lily Claire. You're showing some loyalty to the Announcers Union. Dave Walls sharing in on the ownership with Lily Claire, and I didn't use this one. Well, I used for 5th, so a lack of loyalty on my part, but you get double barrel Daryl. We see Daryl right there.
I kind of like this one. I think she could be sitting on a big effort. A 7 to 2 second choice. Didn't see that coming. I mean, she's 6 to 1 in the morning line. She's 8 to 1 last time out. More than capable of finding a trip maybe to sit up in the top 3 early going. She gets to leave from post 5 now after the scratch of the one next door to her left. Lily Claire for me. There's just something about her tonight. I think she found a great spot for Thiessen.
Well, you were wondering if All-Star Twinkle is going to make the lead. Maybe Lily Claire will force the issue because last time out, blasted from post 7 and got hung out by one, but has twice blasted in 26 and 4, both times at Sarnia. Right. And Daryl Thiessen can send one if need be. This is one 0 for in the win column, but you used for second. Did win 6 times last year. Lily Claire is 4 to 1. Number 4, I Dream of Jeannie, is my top one in here. I love getting 6 to 1. Sammy Filia, Francis Guimet, one that has won 9 out of 22 starts in the year and comes in racing well. Stay Pumped beat this mare, but Stay Pumped is drawn post 8 here.
Right on. I Dream of Jeannie, what's not to like, right? She's been in the top 3 in many of her outings this season. A 9-time winner. And her life best over the river, 154 and 1. She loves to be on the lead, so likely the leading lady here. And as you mentioned, Gary, for sure the price is right. 5 to 1. Didn't see that coming. Might take some late action, but now she's at 9 to 2. I could see her dipping though to maybe 2 to 1, 5 to 2 action here.
And you know, and tonight we're getting the French connection because Sammy Filia already with Jean-Francois McGuire with a couple with a big training percentage, and now Sammy with Francis Guimet. They're only separated by a few points. They both have big number, 372 for J.F. McGuire and 372 Francis. And what is J.F. McGuire? 369, separated by 3 points. And both strong barns that have had a lot of success. I love me some I Dream of Jeannie. I want to see what happens early. I think there's about 3 that are going to blast off the gate. This race could get messed up a little bit early. And look, that's what you want with the high 5 in here. We better get some more. How about number 8, Stay Pumped? I mentioned is one that did beat I Dream of Jeannie 2 races ago, and last race almost won.
Been racing great since going over to the Dean Nixon barn, first and second in the latest 2. Not a whole lot of early gate speed, but Coulter got along with her fine to get the job done with her 2 back. And she's worth a look in here. It could be the even numbers in play for the high 5. This just in, Gary. Chantilly suffered her first defeat tonight minutes ago at Woodbine Mohawk Park.
Well, you knew she wasn't going to win every single race of her entire career.
Right.
That's the fact. Now, and Queen of the Deck, a final thought, because you used 1 odd number.
Right on. The rail should help. Pretty good form in her latest 2. More than capable of hitting this high 5 at 12-1. Let's go.
Of course, with a pick 5 and 2, 4, 6, 8, you had to throw in 1 odd number. Your odd one is the 1. Mine is 9 Kitty's Column, along with the other 4 even numbers. We'll see if the even numbers hold up here in this 5th race, and they are about to the start. It's a field of 8 for race number 5. They're at the start of the rough, and I Dream of Jeannie is blasting out, chiming the gate. I Dream of Jeannie leads with Lily Claire, and then also All-Star Twinkle and Queen of the Deck. Lily Claire and Double Barrel Daryl has both barrels firing right now. Lily Claire at 5-1 is going to take the lead. I Dream of Jeannie, though, pops out now, wants to reclaim the front. I Dream of Jeannie is going to come on. Lily Claire will be racing the pocket. All-Star Twinkle is third in front of Queen of the Deck, and then to the outside, Safe Passage, and then it is back to Kitty's Column as the field works their way off the turn. Then Odds on Selenium and Stay Pumped, but it is I Dream of Jeannie and Semi Filia with the front. Lily Claire is right there in the pocket. All-Star Twinkle is going to be coming first over, and then moving up on the outside is Safe Passage, and Queen of the Deck is on the inside in front of Kitty's Column. Then Odds on Selenium and back to Stay Pumped, and now All-Star Twinkle is driving on the outside, and All-Star Twinkle, 3-5 on the board, is able to grab the lead, and I Dream of Jeannie could not hold off All-Star Twinkle, and Queen of the Deck now wants to come on and have a throwdown with All-Star Twinkle, and it is Queen of the Deck on the outside. Queen of the Deck at 12-1. All-Star Twinkle, the 3-5 favorite, is getting a serious test. Lily Claire popped out now, trying to grab third from I Dream of Jeannie. Queen of the Deck is taking a very slim lead. All-Star Twinkle on the inside, 125 and 3/3 from the backfield. Kitty's Column is coming. The field turns for home. All-Star Twinkle and Queen of the Deck, and then Lily Claire and Kitty's Column, and dropping out of it is I Dream of Jeannie. On down the stretch, rough they come. All-Star Twinkle and Queen of the Deck. All-Star Twinkle, Queen of the Deck. It is coming to the finish close, but on the outside. Oh, I don't know. Queen of the Deck with All-Star Twinkle. It's going to be so close that I'm really not sure. In fact, maybe All-Star Twinkle was able to hold that one off because it's within inches either way, Sugar.
For me, it looked like a 1 Queen of the Deck, but that might be just me cheering for the home team, right? The McNiven barn, very close to London.
Yeah, and look, it would be quite a difference in price. 12-1 on Queen of the Deck, and All-Star Twinkle at 3-5. This one's really, really tight because normally I know how much to allow when you're looking, because there's a slight angle from where I'm at, but I'll tell you, sometimes I'm pretty confident, and that was one. Usually you can be confident because they're coming fairly together. The harder ones to call is when one just blows on by, but I'm just not completely sold. I wanted to call that. Now I'm a little more confident that it's Queen of the Deck, but I tell you, I'd like to see the slow-mo as well.
Well, I'm going to go with 1 Queen of the Deck right now. She raced huge. What a big back half. Battled gamely with the heavy favorite, right? The green McNiven Shadow Roll appears to be on the line first here at 12-1. A nice price to complete the pick 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
and a nice one to top the high five carryover race.
yeah. There I got it. I called it first, the one, and then I got doubting. You should always just go with your first instinct whenever you go against your instinct, because I've seen enough finishes, but I just had a little bit of doubt.
You got the heavy favorite second. You got a 12-1 winner, and you got a 40-1 bomber involved there in fourth. This high five carryover payout's got to come back well.
Yeah, and we mentioned throwing one of the odd numbers on. Well, the other one, odds on Selenium, 40-1.
More odd numbers were involved. So what do I know, right? I
Yeah.
was thinking 2,
Yeah,
4,
it's
6, 8.
And Kitty's column, so we get we're all about all the
Yeah.
even numbers. The even get a couple of spots, and the odds get 3, and there's only, and also one of the odds is scratched. So if you said it's a numbers game, well, that was the odd numbers. I guess it's just an odd game. Queen of the Deck at 12-1 in race number 5, a 4-year-old Better Than Shatter Bay mare by Kimberly and Brad McNiven and Thomas Broadhurst and Doug Haywood. Scott McNiven, the trainer. Lauren House, the winning driver. 4th win this year. 7th lifetime Queen of the Deck, 154-2. Fifth race payouts: 1 Queen of the Deck, $27, $6.0370. 2 All-Star Twinkle, $282.20. 9 Kitty's Column, $410. $2 Exactor, $63.90. Dollar Try, $206.85. We had a 20-cent high five of $2,846.74. 20-cent pick 3, 1962. 20-cent pick 4 is $39.82. And we also had a $1 pick 5 of $2,649.65. Fans also note the 20-cent pick 5 is $529.93. Fans, just a reminder that the kids' tent is open, so kids, you can head on down to the kids' tent and see Gwen, and a lot of fun activities in the kids' tent, and it's open for your fun. I'll be back after the 6th race. Sugar can handle the 6th. I'm off to the kids' tent to see Gwen. The fifth race. Order of finish from the top. 1, 2, 4, 7, scratch 6, 8, 5, 3. That's 1, 2, 4, 7, scratch 6, 8, 5, 3 on the bottom. Once again, note the kids' tent is open and Gwen is down there. Kids, head on over. Have yourself some fun. There's a look at the photo in race number 5. And not as close as I thought. I'm losing my edge. Queen of the Deck. Won by a country mile.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the show. Are you ready for the back half of this Friday night program at Grand River Raceway? That high five carryover in race 5, well supported, well over $15,000 in new money, was played into that carryover high five race. Came back well. I mean, the heavy favorite is second best in there to Queen of the Deck. Nice victory for that mare. A 12-1 winner and topping a high five payout. 20 center worth over $2,800. So congratulations to those that cashed in, and we thank the horse players for getting in on the carryover action in the 5th race. Race 6, group of trotters starting up the late pick 5. Let's bring up some ticket ideas then. Myself, Gary, and Connolly doing our best to map out a winning combination here on the late pick 5 at the River. Going to go 4 deep, the opening leg, International Love, Stonebridge Glee, Masterwork, and even Major Bank from that trailing spot. Race 7, we're going to go 2 deep in there, State 1 Smiley, and here it's a rail now with the scratch of number 1. We'll also include number 8 Volcanic, who got the best of State 1 Smiley in the latest. It appears to be 2-8 or 8-2 in race number 7. 8th race, we single up number 2, Show Me the Green, who's been rocking and rolling. This 3-year-old daughter of Green Manalishi will try to go 6 for 6 in her 2025 season. 9th race, we're on the 1, 3, and 4. We're deepest of all in the finale. Race number 10, we're on the 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9. If you want to play along, that 20-cent wager looks to be $24 even. That's the price tag. Gary Guy now with his best selections throughout this late pick 5. We'll bring up Gary's ticket. He's opting for 3 deep, the opening leg, 1, 8, and 9. Race number 7, he's on the 2, State 1 Smiley, and 8 Volcanic. So we're on the same page there. And on the same page for a single in race 8, Show Me the Green will be a single for many on this late pick 5 sequence. 9th race, number 3, Chip Happened. Went over to Georgian Downs in the latest. It didn't work out, so now he's back to the River where he loves to race, where he loves to win. And the 10th race for Gary. Check it out. He's 6 deep in there. His top selection would be the 4 Little Moments, getting a bridle chain, switching to blinkers. Gary in for only $7.20 on his 20-cent wager. One more ticket to look at will be Conley Ecclestone. No singles for Conley on his late pick 5. He's 4 deep the opening leg. He's using a pair in races 7, 8, and 9. And on the end of it, in race number 10, using 2 McWicket Move, as well as 3 Ardine Gracie and the 6 Lady Wicket. Conley's in for $19.20. A rare night where Conley will not be using a single on his pick 5 sequence.
I'm shocked that he doesn't think he can single Chip Happened. Come on. What's going on, Conley?
Well, you know what? I don't know if I
You
single
you
Chip
added
Happened
2.
tonight,
You added the 4
right?
and the 1. Lack of
he
confidence.
might have lost a bit of confidence in that latest try over Georgian Downs. You'd have a better idea than me what went down with him.
Georgian Downs is not Grand River. He's back here and he says, oh, yeah, I know this place. This is the place that I come to dominate.
He says, show me the money, right?
Yeah, and he's going to be showing the money. I just think Chip Happen knows it's back to the river and he likes himself some river.
Right on. Chip Happen, one to consider in this late pick 5 sequence, getting set for a post spray. We've got a full field of 9 in the opening leg of this pick 5, starting up the back half of this Friday night program.
Field on post parade for the 6th One International Love. Anthony Hahn for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows. Number 2, LMC Little Chips, Dale Spence for Mackenzie Spence at the Cardinal Stable. Number 3 is Uncle Douglas, Mark Hetzel for Rick Breyer and Paul Burbrick. For Stonebridge Glee, Daryl Cheeson for Jacob Roberts and Russ Ellis. And number 5 is Pillow Thief, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Elizabeth Sheeland. Number 6, HB Run Detector, Jason Ryan for Benoit Edoshan, Clonamel. Number 7, Masterworks, Sammy Filya for Jeff McGuire and Jean Allaire and Gino Bilodeau and Anne-Marie Damaris and GT Stables. Number 8, Marie H., Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossens and Fred Niclerio. And number 9 is Major Bank, Austin Surrey for Mike Whitnioski and Earl Joseph. A field of 9 for race number 6. Let's get a look at this 6th race. Starts off the pick 5, and number 9, Major Bank, has to deal with the trailer post. But, well, let's look at this one from the trailer post, July the 21st. Oh, almost a winner. And then last time out, well, how'd that one turn out? Pretty good, Sugar.
Yeah, this horse is very sharp right now. 4-year-old gelded son of the bank. We're catching a score down where he looks fantastic. And he follows out a pretty honest trotter, raced by Anthony Hahn. Anthony Hahn gets the call for One International Love. Plenty of gate speed. Again, very honest. So the 9, Major Bank, follows out speed with some honesty. Like his chances here. My top selection, but there's a few others that could cause him some concern here. 3-1, and here's another one of those great betting boards right now, Gary.
Yeah, and Major Bank was really good last year as a 3-year-old, and it was a little slow to come around this year. Really wasn't getting a lot accomplished, but now the recent form, maybe Major Bank is on to go for a major little run of success, and 3-1 on the board. The trailer post is not the best spot to be. Number 4, Stonebridge Glee is your second one. And, well, Stonebridge Glee is one that made a break 2 races ago, needed a flat line last time out, raced pretty darn well to be third, and now can build off of that.
He was up first up a long ways in that one, Gary. I kind of figured he would fly under the radar this evening, and he is right now at 7-1. That price is right. I wouldn't take much lower, but for that kind of price, you're going to get a real good shot at some pretty good money. Stonebridge Glee just kind of had some bad luck, a bad luck run in the last 3 or 4 starts. I mean, 2 back. He's making a break when making a move on the wide side. He regroups, and he still gaining and going by many following the wire. Any kind of trip at all. I mean, if Daryl can follow a helmet and have this horse unused and in contention turning for home, he'll win it.
You know, a horse that I do love in here is the one, International Love. Now, was second beaten 4 by Major Bank last time out, and I'm banking on the post position helping International Love here and maybe getting Major Bank just stuck a little bit and not getting the ability to just freewheel. Major Bank was able to grab the early lead and then just freewheeled throughout that mile last time out.
Right on. Trainer Kyle Fellow's been doing some good things at the river. Anthony Hahn stays on this one, who's been nothing but first, second, or third in any of his recent starts at Grand River Raceway. Another one where the price is right. You're getting 6-1 on a really good shot at taking the victory here. A really good shot at starting up this late pick 5.
Number 7, Masterwork. It's Sammy Filia, J.F. McGuire. I don't know if that connection works very often.
Ho, ho, ho. Are they not 2 for 2 tonight with starters, with trotters even? I mean,
Yep.
Masterwork, first, second, and third in each of the last 3. Parked the mile in his latest, and he's just missing, right? He's right there with them. Another one where you're getting some pretty good value. I mean, the value right now on 1, 4, and 7, incredible as the action goes to that trailing spot, number 9, Major Bank.
And just a note for those playing the pick 5 in that 7th race, a couple of claims on number 2, State 1 Smiley. So State 1 Smiley, 2 claims entered. And do you know, number 6, HP Run Detector, Conley used this one on top. Now, this is one that bombed a nominator to 2 at Mohawk May the 2nd, but since then hasn't done anything at all. But certainly the ability is in there down the page.
Yeah, probably just coming into the river, trying to find some confidence here. I mean, had that big win early May and nothing showing in recent starts. Even the qualifier, not a whole lot to like about that one, but 5-1 action right now. I can't believe this one is lower than the 4 Stonebridge Glee. Best value on the board easily on number 4 for Thiessen.
Yeah, and look, Benoit Baillargeon has had lots of success in his career. Jason Ryan, HP Run Detector. If he does step up and race back to his ability, he's a big factor in here, but that's the big if in this one. It is International Love, LMC Little Ships, Uncle Douglas on the inside of the center, Stonebridge Glee, Pillow Thief. Outside, HP Run Detector, Masterwork, Marie H. And second tier, Major Bank. Field of 9, race number 6. There at the start of the rough, and Masterwork, HP Run Detector went off stride. International Love is out well, and then Marie H. And driving through from the second tier, Major Bang is going to be 4th away, then Stonebridge Glee, and back to Uncle Douglas and LMC Little Chips, and then it is back further to Pillow Thief, but Masterwork wants to work on the lead. International Love is getting the view from the pocket right now, and Marie H. is 3rd, and racing 4th, that's Major Bank and Austin Sorry. 27 seconds, the opening quarter. Masterwork leads International Love as they come on past us with Marie H. 3rd. And then position 4th, Major Bank. Still on the inside, working in front of Stonebridge Glee. Then it is back to Uncle Douglas and LMC Little Ships and Pillow Thief. And they head up to the half of a lively opening quarter at 27. And it is Semi Filia and Masterwork who's got the lead. Major Bank did pop out from 4th now. International Love is still loving the pocket. And on the outside, Major Bank 3rd. Marie H. is racing 4th. Stonebridge Glee. Then back to Uncle Douglas and LMC Little Ships and Pillow Thief. And they race on to 3/4 Masterwork. International Love. Masterwork at 9-1. International Love at 7-1 is second. And then Major Bank on the outside is racing 3rd, but still with lots of work to do. And Stonebridge Glee now is moving up as they race their way on by 3/4. And then Marie H. And it is Masterwork still. Masterwork and International Love is chasing Major Bank, but Masterwork is masterful so far. International Love, Major Bank is 3rd, and then closing Stonebridge Glee and Uncle Douglas on down the stretch drive from Masterwork and International Love. Masterwork is still working on the lead. Masterwork and Semi Filia. and gets the hat trick. International Love is second. Major Bank is third. Three across the track for fourth, 155 and 4. Masterwork, Sammy Filia, Jean-Francois Maguire. Jeff is wearing out a path back to the winner's circle this evening.
Is he ever, right? Filion and Maguire teaming up to go 3 for 3 with their trotters. Masterwork, 155 and 4 winner, just to tick off his life best. I mentioned the best value on the board was Stonebridge Glee. Well, that was right before they left the gate. And Masterwork, his price was risen to the tune of 9-1. An unbelievable price player, considering Maguire, Filion already had 2 winners on the night. The Superfecta appears to come back at 7-1, 9-4, and this Superfecta is going to pay nicely.
You know, when you look at that last race here, parked every step of the way. So Sammy says, you know what? We're not going to get parked tonight.
Oh. Yeah, I thought he might have gotten a little ambitious with those early fractions. I mean, 27 and then down to the halftime in 56 and 3. But strong throughout. And as mentioned, the Maguire Trotters, they have certainly come to play tonight at the River.
You know, I'm kind of mad at myself because also a 4-year-old muscle mass, you know, like just it's all right there in the park job last time out, and it's just there was so many different ones to look at, and you know what, this one just did not land on my radar appropriately. Look at the muscle mass up front, you see that?
Right, indeed. And muscle mass, right, has been the star of the show with the Trotters this week at Grand River Raceway. I mean, he had the big night on Wednesday, and he continues to put winning Trotters in victory lane tonight. Guess my top 4 missed out on the Super. Number 8, Marie H. stayed on for 4th at 25-1. This Superfecta, again, huge.
And International Love, at least, continues to race well. Couldn't catch Masterwork, but a solid second.
Indeed, yeah. Most horses race to their form in there.
Back in front of us, number 7, Masterwork, a 4-year-old muscle mass bay gelding by Jean Dallaire and Gino Bilodeau and Anne-Marie Demers, and GT Stables Jean-Francois Maguire, the training triple Sammy Filia, the hat trick. 155 and 4 for Masterwork. The 6th race pound, 7 Masterwork, 2190, 630, 310, 1 International Love, 580, 310, 9 Major Bank, 220, $2 Exactor, $102, Dollar Try, $236.50, $1 Super, 803, 15, 20 cents, Super 160, 63. Sixth race, order of finish from the top, 287-569-143. That's 287-569-143.
Alrighty, folks, we are back, and how about that price player? Starting up the pick five, masterwork for the hot barn of J.F. McGuire this evening. He sent out three trotting winners, all driven to win by Samuel Filion. Again, heck of a price, 9-1 for masterwork downtown at the river. Alrighty. It's the late pick four starting up here. Race number 7 reduced to a field of 8 with the scratch of number 1. So we'll bring up some tickets for myself, Gary, and Connolly. The late pick four begins here in race number 7. So, of course, we're going to use that too. State 1 Smiley. Gary Guy mentioning 2 claims have been entered on this one who just got picked off late. In the latest, going up for trainer Cassidy Schneider, Jason Ryan stays on the drive. 8-5 currently. 2-1 second choice, number 8 Volcanic. I think you got to use him. He was the one that picked off State 1 Smiley late last time out. We're going to stay with that single, number 2, Show Me the Green. A single for many, likely, on the late multi-leg wagers. Trying to go 6 for 6. For the connections, Dale Spence staying on Show Me the Green in race number 8, a single for me. Ninth race, we're using Vimy Ridgeventi. Chip Happen returns to the river, also including the 4 Wondrous Blue Chip, who will try to make it 3 in a row with Paul McKenzie on board for Luke Lay. On the end of it, that's where we'll go deepest of all, hoping for a price on the end. If we can reach race 10, we've got the 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9 covered. The way this ticket looks on the screen, only $6 even on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy now with his best go on this evening's late pick 4 at the river. We're on the same page for a few of these. Race 7, we're both on the 2 and 8. We're both singling up Show Me the Green, race 8. Another single for Gary is going to be the 3, Chip Happened. Trying for that bounce-back victory in race number 9. And on the end of it, that's where Gary has gone deepest of all as well. He's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9 covered. Though his top selection in there would be the 4. Little Moments switching to blinkers this evening. Nick Boyd on for co-owner trainer Craig Byers. $2.40 is all it takes to play along with Gary for a 20-cent ticket on the late pick 4. Conley Ecclestone. Let's see what Conley's got mapped out for his late pick 4 at the river. No singles. He's on the 2 and 8, starting things up like many here in race 7. State 1 Smiley. Volcanic will be on many tickets for the late pick 4 opening leg. 8th race for Conley. He went 1, Eurobank Hanover, as well as the 6, Wells Fargo. No 2 on the ticket. In race 8 for Conley, he's chasing price players 1 and 6. 9th race for Conley, he's on 3, Chip Happened, as well as 4, Wondrous Blue Chip. And on the end of it, Conley opting for 2, 3, and 6, McWicked Move, Ardon Gracie, Lady Wicked. Like that for Conley, $4.80 on his 20-cent play. Best of luck if you're going to come along for the ride or come up with your own late pick 4 ticket ideas at the river. Next voice you'll hear, track announcer Gary Guy.
Field for the 7th on parade. One scratch to State One Smiley, Jason Ryan for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 3, Relentless, Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. And number 4 is Country Grace, George Katros drives and trains and owns. Number 5 is Renegade Beach, Semi-Filia for Matthew Pennis and Metara Stables. And number 6 is All-Star Bruiser, Daryl Thiessen for Matt Dupuis and Mike Saftik and DOP Racing. Number 7, Hasselhoff, Austin Surrey for Daryl Laver and Leanne Davidson and Dave Walls and James Grant. 8 is Volcanic, Brett McDonough for Greg McNair and Barbara Wells. And 9 is Harborlight Jimmy, Damian McClellan for Kyle Boston and Ralph Jardine. Field of 8, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. A couple of claims on number 2, State One Smiley. And State One Smiley gets the inside. I think this one's going to be blasting off the gate with the claims in and already shows plenty of gate speed.
Indeed. I loved him last time. The problem, if there was one last time, he was about 3 deep all the way around the opening turn, and parking through the quarter, it was hot, right? 27 flat, was able to get a middle half in at 58, but then he had to deal with a pocket rocket who picked him off very late. If he had won that race, he was going to shave 3 seconds off his lifetime best. So for me, probably never better than he is right now, which instigates a pair of claims on him. State One Smiley out again for Schneider with Jason Ryan on board. Inherits a rail, likely to be on or near the lead.
I'm going to say on the lead. And look at also 10 wins in 20 starts, a 50% winner, State One Smiley the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
A lot of positives. And you know what? Shockingly, I say shockingly 5-2. But look, number 8 Volcanic did beat State One Smiley last time out, but Volcanic had a much easier go of things.
Well, this is it. I mean, post positions are pretty much flip-flopped, right? I mean, Volcanic had a rail to work with, never had to make a move to the outside at any point in the mile until very late. And State One Smiley, who did all the work, who tried to get paid. Again, State One Smiley, 3 deep at least through that opening turn last time out. Volcanic, it gets tougher for him this week. And with the post positions flip-flopping, I think those odds are going to flip-flop as well. I see State One Smiley going away as a heavy favorite, likely 3-5, 4-5 action when the gate leaves.
You know how much I love splitting the top 2 when there's an obvious 2 and using
Right.
one on an exactor ticket. Could Country Grace be that one to split in between those 2? Volcanic and State One Smiley were 1-2 last time out, but not sure if it'll happen again here.
Well, here's the thing. There's not a whole lot of speed to his left with Relentless, even the back tier starter. Harbor Light Jimmy doesn't have a whole lot of early get up and go. So Country Grace, you might be right. He might be able to find himself with a pocket ride in here. Should Ketros decide to leave with him a bit, just leave a little, just enough to keep himself warm. Follow the 2 State One Smiley on out of there again. I see it gets tough for 8 Volcanic. If I was looking for one to be on top only, it would be the 2 State One Smiley. I'd be using the 8 for second and wheeling him for third, hoping for a big price to show up for second in the tries and superfectas.
Number 9 Harborlight Jimmy is probably going to be able to get a horse in front of him to blast out. The key will be whether he can blast along with that one. Harborlight Jimmy is one that's had some flashes, but not completely consistent.
He is following at the serious speed. I don't think he's got it in him to stay on the Jason Ryan helmet. So for me, 9 Harbor Light Jimmy, I think he's going to be very lucky to get away maybe in the top 5 somewhere, but I don't see him being second or third in the early going. That spot could go to Ketros.
One that's taken a bit of money, which is strange, 48 to 1 last time out, and yet now is 11 to 1. Lauren House and Relentless. Well, we just saw Lauren House back in the winner's circle.
Right, and this one's making the third start back off an extended layoff. I mean, this horse was missed all of 2024, racing for Cassidy Schneider, right? Worth a look. I'd hope for a little more than 12 to 1, though. I'd see this one as a big, big long shot play.
Well, we'll see how it unfolds. It's a field of 8 with State One Smiley, Relentless on the inside. In the center, Country Grace, Renegade Beach, and All-Star Bruiser to the outside, Hasselhoff and Volcanic. And the second tier, Harbor Light, Jimmy. Field of 8. Race number 7 on a Friday night at the river. Horses are gathered in behind the gates. And there at the start of the rough in State One Smiley, quickly, All-Star Bruiser went off stride. Country Grace is racing second. Relentless and Volcanic. Volcanic third right now. Relentless fourth, and fifth is Hasselhoff. And then it is back to Harbor Light Jimmy, who is sixth away. Then Renegade Beach and way back All-Star Bruiser. But right now it is State One Smiley, freewheeling on top, 1 to 2 on the board. Has a lead of about 2 1/4 lengths over Country Grace and Ketros. And Relentless and Lauren House is third. Then racing position fourth, that is Volcanic, who has a seat on the inside as the field works their way on towards us. And then fifth is Hasselhoff, and Volcanic is going to erupt to the outside. The trailing 3 right now are Harbor Light Jimmy, Renegade Beach, and All-Star Bruiser. 27 2 opening quarter. State One Smiley as they race their way on up towards the half of a 27 2 opening quarter. Country Grace is trying to stay with State One Smiley. 56 4 halftime. Volcanic on the outside is moving up a little bit closer, about 2 lengths off the lead now. Relentless fourth, and on the outside fifth is Hasselhoff, and now Hasselhoff has taken over fourth, and Relentless is fifth, and sixth Harbor Light Jimmy. Way back Renegade Beach and All-Star Bruiser, and State One Smiley is trying to make a statement right now, leads by 2 1/4. Country Grace on the inside, though, is closing up in the pocket. Is a length and 3/4 back. Volcanic is third. Then it is Hasselhoff and Relentless and Harbor Light Jimmy. State One Smiley, 3/4, 124 3. State One Smiley, Country Grace and Volcanic. State One Smiley, Country Grace is looking for the upset. State One Smiley on down the stretch drive. Country Grace is digging. State One Smiley, Country Grace. State One Smiley continued on gamely. Country Grace is second. Then it's Volcanic, and it might have been Hasselhoff between a couple for fourth. 153 3. State One Smiley, 1 to 2 on the board was a statement, but got chased a little bit by Country Grace.
They get chased a little bit, but there was no way they were going to pick him off. It was pretty much just the way we drew it up, right, Gary? State One Smiley on top, Country Grace, just show a little early speed. You're going to work out a 2-hole ride. Great job by Ketros to maneuver this one in the early going to sit second and try to track down the leader, State One Smiley. Wasn't going to happen, though. And again, roles were reversed, right? State One Smiley, inside lane, never had to leave the rail or get parked through an opening quarter tonight, where Volcanic, he had the big uphill climb. He had to go first up for a long ways, but still managed to stay on for third. But not too hard to find that exactor to come back okay. $12, that price for the exactor, Gary.
Or even playing the try, because then if you're going to split them,
Yeah.
it's probably the 8 finishing third. And it does look like 7 Hasselhoff gets up for fourth, but it's more of a trip. You're not saying that Country Grace is a better horse than Volcanic. You're saying it could work out much better for Country Grace than Volcanic.
Right. Well, we mentioned beforehand, right? The 3 didn't have much for gate speed, and the 9 wasn't going to be able to be plugged in behind the 2. So Ketros, I mean, maybe he read the program and said, yeah, I can find a 2-hole ride in there, and he did quite easy. Once he was sitting second and Volcanic had to take back and back off into fourth. That was going to be the exactor from the quarter mile on.
Yeah, and
2,
he was.
4, 8, and 7. A nice price on the end of the superfecta.
And Country Grace is a good, honest horse that's been racing well enough that once he got that
Yeah.
trip, he was able to at least keep it on going. So you wind up with that 1-2, but at least on to the 10-1 for the exactor and the 2-1 in third. 2, 4, 8, 7, the top four. State 1 Smiley, a 4-year-old state treasurer, Bay Gelding, up by Colonel Schneider Jr., Cassidy Schneider, the trainer, and Jason Ryan, the winning driver. Third win for State 1 Smiley. Mile of 153 and 3, a new career best. Seventh race payouts to State 1 Smiley, 310, 230, 210. For Country Grace, 490, 240. 8 Volcanic, 240. $2 exactor, 12.10. Dollar try, $13. Dollar super, 54.85. 20-cent super is 10.97. The seventh race order finish from the top. It's a Scrat 162 78435. And note the claim of number 2, State 1 Smiley. Fans note the new trainer on State 1 Smiley will be Franz Peterson. Franz Peterson will train to State 1 Smiley.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Field on post parade for the 8th. €1 Sammy Filia for Luke Lane Determination. Number 2, Show Me the Green, Dale Spence for Kyle Brule and Triple S Equine. Number 3 is Trophy Wife, Austin Sorry for Maria Ratchford. Number 4, Mac the Knight, Paul McKenzie for Joe Pereira and Chris Menina. 5, Buddy's Dream, Daryl Thiessen for James Denny and Robin Morley. And number 6, Wells Fargo, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Hudson Standardbreds. Field of 6, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And number 2, Show Me the Green. Well, has been making all the green. This Green Manalishi filly, 5 starts this year, 5 wins.
Trying to go 6 for 6 this evening. The only time she wasn't a favorite this year was her latest start. And it was likely because of the outside post, but she was a great grinder in that one, wearing down the pace setter and going on to win in a very nice 8-10 win ticket price. Show Me the Green, you're not going to get value on her tonight. 3 to 5 right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see 1 to 5 at post time.
Yeah, look, Show Me the Green's also one that has shown the ability to race from off the pace if need be, because July the 4th, trailer post was able to come on, and you'd also see the start after that. Had post won, but got away 6th, 10 lengths back at the quarter and still won. So Show Me the Green doesn't have to have it one way or another. It can just keep on getting the green. 3 to 5 and probably holding under even money. Almost certainly going to be less than even money, I believe. Number 5, Buddy's Dream. Well, 6 out of 10 in the top 3, including last time out a top 3 finish.
Pretty good showing there. Was finishing 3rd in behind Show Me the Green in the latest, and was able to gain some ground and pass many horses through that final half. Daryl Thiessen staying on to drive, and right now one of the longest shots on the board, a co-longest shot here at 10 to 1. So I've got this one pegged as the exactor factor in behind Show Me the Green. I don't think either one of the 2 or 5 will be in a hurry early, but they will be pressing late.
She's been racing consistently well. The only poor start was that Dream of Glory at Hanover in against Tougher and just never got into the race. But here, and it's been a different story, and even in a prospect series at Hanover was good, but just that Dream of Glory was maybe a little too snug. But Daryl Thiessen, probably a good shot here to get the exactor ticket with Buddy's Dream. Number 3, Trophy Wife, at least last race did improve, and also one that got off the gate well, but just needed a little bit more to keep rolling.
There are a few X's throughout her program lines. The game plan for this daughter of my MVP will be to remain trotting. If she makes a break, it's game over for this one. But if she can stay flat, she's definitely worth a look as a top 3 player.
And at least comes in on 3 straight efforts being able to stay flat. So Trophy Wife maybe has figured things out. Mary Ratchford sends this one up. Pretty capable barn. Austin Sorry. Number 1, Eurobank Hanover. Well, Sammy Filia, he wins races once in a while.
Just once in a while, yeah. He's on a pretty good roll this week. 3 wins already tonight. And here's another one where the game plan will be to stay trotting. Definitely needs the clean line coming in off of 3 straight qualifiers. The season debut was the maiden mark of 156 and 4 over Woodbine Mohawk Park. A couple of breaks followed up that winning mile. You just want to get away cleanly and keep him together here. A son of Green Shoe, 5 to 2 action, of course, going out for determination. Trainer Luke Blay, hot hands of Sammy Filion. This horse has to stay flat.
And oftentimes, Determination and Luke have some big price yearlings. This is one that's just a $40,000 yearling, and I say just, but not some of the big money that you see with some of theirs. And
right.
One that's already proven it with the win, but yeah, the first order of business, no more X's on the dance card. Let's get those off of there. Now, you do see back-to-back qualifiers staying flat, and both of them here. So Eurobank Hanover might be able to be smooth here because already has gotten around this track smoothly twice. Sitting at 3-1. That's the one the fans have gone with the exactor ticket.
Yeah, but right now I'm looking at him and he's acting up before the gate. One is going to be well back here, possibly, Gary.
Yeah, just looking up off the program as you said that. And, yeah, Eurobank Hanover might be back to the drawing board again, trying to get up, although Sammy is trying to make a recovery, and there's still time to get up in there, as it is a field of 6 for race number 8, and is making a nice recovery. Eurobank Hanover, and Sammy is now right up into position and is up on the gate, and also moving in his trophy wife. Mac the Knight spots the field a little bit, and now Wells Fargo has gone off stride and quickly getting out now, driving out rapidly. Trophy wife and Eurobank Hanover is second away. Buddy's Dream, Wells Fargo quickly recovered and is third. Wells Fargo off stride. Eurobank Hanover trying to negotiate that first turn, made a break. Wells Fargo, Trophy Wife, and then Buddy's Dream, and Show Me the Green, and now Mac the Knight. Maybe the night is ended for Mac the Knight, a break in stride. They race off the turn. Wells Fargo leads as they head up towards the half. Wells Fargo an early break, a quick recovery, and is on top by 3. Trophy Wife is second, Buddy's Dream is third, and Show Me the Green is fourth. This field is spread out. A field of trotters heading up towards the half of a 29 opening quarter. Wells Fargo at 9-1. Trophy Wife at 13-1, and Buddy's Dream at 7-1, as the field will race their way on toward 3/4, and Show Me the Green and Dale Spence is racing fourth right now as the field hustles their way on towards the 3/4. Wells Fargo still is well in hand. Show Me the Green, who's fourth and heavily bet at 1-5, popping out but not making any headway, still about 8 or 9 off the lead. Wells Fargo off 58-1 halftime, racing on by 3/4. Wells Fargo 126-2. Trophy Wife and Show Me the Green trying to close has come on now and is taken third, but still a lot of work. Still needs to make up about 5.5. And then Buddy's Dream, Wells Fargo, Trophy Wife. Show Me the Green is getting within striking distance and is coming hard. Wells Fargo, Trophy Wife, Show Me the Green. Wells Fargo continues on. Wells Fargo and Show Me the Green. Show Me the Green gets there. Wells Fargo, Trophy Wife, 156-4. I would have said no way as they headed on down the backstretch, rolled into the 3/4. Well, I'd have been wrong, Sugar.
Oh boy, a few anxious moments for those that did back Show Me the Green. As mentioned, Gary, she's never in a hurry early. Didn't appear to be in a hurry going up to 3/4 as well. Wells Fargo went a huge trip, though. I mean, she made a brief break off the gate. Jay Harris then center. Big third quarter, 28-1. And I was thinking to myself, how much more is she going to have left? Wells Fargo looked like a winner going into the final turn, but here is Show Me the Green. Dale Spence timing it perfectly on the line, just up in time at 1-5.
And the Inquirer goes up to 6, Wells Fargo, and also made an early break, which also cost Wells Fargo. And boy, if Wells Fargo would have stayed flat, really looked pretty darn racy. If Wells Fargo would have stayed flat, that would have been the difference.
I don't know if she would have made front if she hadn't break, because it didn't really look like Jay was trying to lead with her. She just threw in a few steps and rolled off stride briefly. Then Jay might have said, you know what, we got the break now out of the way. Let's just send her and see what happens.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened. She just got picked off late.
Yeah, because, if you say this doesn't happen, well, then other things. So it changes everything. But certainly I thought for sure the one change would be that Show Me the Green was going to go down to defeat and not be perfect, but maintains it. 6 for 6 in the win column. You don't get any money 1-5 on the board, but you got a horse race.
Got a good horse race. And you have to credit Dale Spence here for not getting impatient. He had to wait on this Daughter of Green Manalishi to sort of reel them in. There was never any sign of panic from Dale. So credit him for again timing it perfectly, just catching Wells Fargo on the line.
And this is one we've seen race from off the pace the first two starts of her career. She came from way back to get the win.
Yeah.
And so, she can do it. I said she's versatile. She can get off the gate a little bit. Hasn't been blasting on out of there, but it has gotten away a little bit closer than a couple of those first ones. But this one had a lot of work to do and was up to the work.
She was indeed go 6 for 6 in her 2025 season in just a fifth of a second off her lifetime best. She continues to roll at the river.
And back in front of us, number 2, Show Me the Green, a 3-year-old Green Manalishi brown filly, owned by Triple S Equine, trained by Kyle Rule. 6 for 6 for Show Me the Green, 6 wins lifetime, and out trackside we'll have the Dan Allen Financial Group. The 8th race, the Dan Allen Financial Trot, to group with Dan Allen Financial out in the winner's circle. Fans note the judges ruling no violations by the 6-horse going off stride. Wells Fargo determined to have not violated the braking regulations. And the 8th race payouts to Show Me the Green, 270, 240, 220. 6 Wells Fargo, 380, 360. 3 Trophy Wife, 440. $2 Actor, 1420. Dollar Try, 29.35. Dollars Super, 57.60. 20-cent Super is 11.52. Eighth race order of finish 513642. That's 513642.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and the Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade for the ninth one. Femi Ridge Jason Ryan for Steve Loughran and Paul Massetti. Number 2 is Lockdown Romeo Anthony Hahn for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. And number 3 is Chip Happen, Daryl Geeson for James McKeag and Jan McKeag Weishar. And number 4, Wondrous Blue Chip, Paul McKenzie for Luke Bland, Determination. Five is Barzy, Scott Quiller for Steve Coulter. Number 6, Budinsky, Sammy Filia for Mary Ratchford. And number 7 is Wheelin' and Steelin', George Ketros for Mary Ketros. Field of 7, race number 9. Let's get a look at this field. And Chip Happen is back here at Grand River Raceway. He's been grand here. And Chip Happen, went up to Georgian Downs and nothing happened. But, you asked me what happened. All I'll say is just wasn't in with his peeps, but he's back with his peeps here.
Right on. This is a much better spot and likely a much better venue for this trotter because he won 5 in a row here before trying Georgian Downs. But with his latest victory being a 55-2 lifetime best, where he paid $220 to win. Now he's back, and here he is at 7-5. His biggest competition likely comes next door from the 4 Wondrous Blue Chip, who appears to have found his best groove this season. Winner of 2 in a row, and not the easiest way to win over the river, being parked to the quarter, 2 back to sail coast to coast, and then he's on the outside looking in throughout the mile last time. But for me, Chip Happened right now. His body language says that he's ready to bounce back, ready to get back to that river winner circle.
Well, he's looking around and he's saying, I recognize this place. This is the place where I come to win horse races. Wondrous Blue Chip, one thing to note, $205,000 yearling, so supposed to be a good one. Father Patrick, a 3-year-old. Now, Chip Happens, the 4-year-old Wondrous Blue Chip, the 3-year-old, but still, last time out, parked every step. 57-3, though.
Yeah, 56-1 start before that, 57-3 in the latest, and again he's charted that he's out the whole mile. So really, you can call that a 56 trip, 55 even on his best day. Right on the bit here for Paul McKenzie, and just has to get away cleanly. Right, he had some braking issues earlier on in the season. He seems to be over that now. Likely the exactor box factor in here. Chip Happen, Wondrous Blue Chip could be the lineup, though there is a bit of speed to the left there in number 2, Lockdown Romeo.
one thing with Wondrous Blue Chip, those last 2 wins, that's in the class below the non-winners of 3 that Chip Happened was racing in. So Purse of 8,000, where this Purse of 8,800, and I think there's also, and that 4-year-old versus 3-year-old is a factor as well. But Wondrous Blue Chip is certainly a contender, 5-1. A couple of others. One, Vimy Ridge Venti has been a little bit better of late.
She's been really good, and she's kind of showing signs, right, that she's been improving. 56-2 last time out. Prior to that, a deuce in 56-3. Another rail to work with here, so likely to be sitting in the top 4 early going. The price is right, 11-1. She would not be a surprise to find on the end of the exactor here. She would not be a surprise if she happens to get the job done. It'll be tough for her to win here at 11-1, but a top 2 or 3 threat all day long. Number 1, they meet Ridge Venti for Jason Ryan.
Yeah, and Vimy Ridge Venti, he was second to Chip Happened, only 2 races back. Number 7, Wheelin' and Stealin'. Well, we saw George Ketros wheel one in for finishing second in behind a heavy favorite. Could he do it again?
I use this one for the top 4 for the simple fact that does have gate speed, and should George Ketros decide to use it like he did with Country Grace a few races ago, where we saw him sit 2 and finish second best to a most likely winner this evening. Well, outside looking in, Wheelin' and Stealin'. Let's see some gate speed, and let's see him sit maybe 3 or 4 in the early going to get a big chunk of this one.
We've kind of fallen off of, and maybe we're punishing too much, is Barzy. Didn't really do all that much last time out, but you do see a good start here to Chip Happen, just 3 back, and that was off of a long layoff and then was okay the next start. But last one just didn't impress, so we've jumped off, but maybe we're just being a little too hard on Barzy. I've seen this one come up with some nice efforts, and also know that Steve Coulter always puts up strong numbers, and one of my favorite drivers, Scotty Coulter with Barzy, 7-1.
I do like the trotter, and I do love the Coulters, right? Barzy, though, after that nice return race where he finished second in 56-1, his last 2, I don't know. He's got to find a second or 2 to go with these to be a big factor with these, Gary.
Well, I know that he has the seconds. It'll just be a matter of can he show them here, because in the past he's been able to flash pretty nicely against decent company, but it just hasn't looked as good the last couple.
Let's see Chip Happen bounce back, please.
Vimy Ridge Venti, Lockdown Romeo on the inside. Chip Happen, Wondrous Blue Chip, Barzy in the center to the outside, Badinsky and Wheelin' and Stealin'. It's a field of 7, race number 9. Chip Happen looking to get back into the win column. Won 5 in a row here before the trip to Georgian Downs last time out. Field of 7, race number 9. Chip Happened. What happened? Went off stride. Wheelin' and Stealin'. Barzy, and then racing third, Wondrous Blue Chip and Lockdown Romeo, Vimy Ridge Venti, Badinsky, and Chip Happened, has happened off stride, and there goes Wondrous Blue Chip with a break in stride. So Wheelin' and Stealin' now has a chance to steal this race at 16-1. Barzy is racing second. Lockdown Romeo, thou art third right now. Then Vimy Ridge Venti and Badinsky. Chip Happened has recovered but has a lot of work to do. Wheelin' and Stealin'. And George Ketros leads by about 2.5. Barzy's racing second. Lockdown Romeo. Vimy Ridge Venti is racing fourth, and then Badinsky. And Chip Happened is racing right now. Position 6th is going to happen to the outside on the back of Badinsky, and is right now about 8 or 9 off the lead. 28-2 was the opening quarter. 58-2 halftime. Wheelin' and Stealin'. Still trying to steal this one on top at 16-1. Then Barzy in the pocket. Lockdown Romeo. Thou art moving now and is on to take over second, and then sharing fourth Badinsky. Now Badinsky is fourth, and Vimy Ridge Venti fifth, and Chip Happened is still sixth, and they had by 3/4. Wheelin' and Stealin' and Ketros leading it. Lockdown Romeo is getting a little bit closer, and then Barzy Barzy and Badinsky and Vimy Ridgeventi, and Chip Happen is still racing sixth, but is 3 wide, about 5 lengths from the front. 3/4, 127 and 2. Wheelin' and Stealin' on the inside. Barzy to the outside. Lockdown Romeo. Barzy looks to try it up the passing lane. Wheelin' and Stealin' continues. Barzy up the inside. Wheelin' and Stealin'. Wheelin' and Stealin's gonna steal race number 9. Barzy, Vimy Ridgeventi, and Lockdown Romeo 156 and 3. I asked the question if Wheelin' and Stealin' could steal a spot on the exactor ticket. Well, a win is on the exactor ticket.
Nothing wrong with the victory. We know this horse has got gate speed, and George Ketras, well, he has certainly come to play tonight. Big Deuce with Country Grace on the pace earlier. He sends the trotter Wheelin' and Stealin' right down the road for a new life best of 156 and 3. The favorites with the early breaks, Chip Happened, Wondrous Blue Chip, all chances went away early, and when Wheelin' and Stealin' found himself on an uncontested lead, it was over. This horse is gangbusters when on the lead on the half-dollar and 5/8 tracks in Ontario.
Vimy Ridgeventi comes flying late to make it into a place photo. And you're right, as soon as the 4 Wondrous Blue Chip and also 3 Chip Happened are off stride early into this mile, Chip Happened did very early. Then all of a sudden now the door is open, and all of the long shots, I mean, after those 2, all the rest are high odds.
Yeah, you've got Barzy with the pocket ride appearing to hold second. You've got Vimy Ridgeventi and even the 2 Lockdown Romeo involved in this superfecta. 16-1 winner. George Kitros did everything right. You know, a lot can be said for those honest trotters. Staying flat is key, and you will not find too many breaks throughout the racing lines of Wheelin' and Stealin'. Great to see this trotter get a new mark. 156 and 3, a very nice mile for Wheelin' and Stealin'.
You know, and one that came in here with some credentials, had 6 wins in 19 starts. So certainly, and has been making some money, has made $36,000 in 19 starts. So now 20 starts and adds the winner share. So goes over the 40,000 mark in 20 starts. So one to maybe watch for into the future. One thing also to look for, the multi-legs, the pick 5s, the pick 4s. Boy, with both Chip Happened and Wondrous Blue Chip, probably most of that pick 5 money has those numbers included, and probably not Wheelin' and Stealin'.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Show Me the Green would have happened to have been a little short on getting the victory in race number 8, would have set up for a carryover for sure, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and we might still be sitting on to that, because I think almost all of it went to Chip Happened and Wondrous Blue Chip. I got to believe those 2 just jumped off the page. But jumping up and stealing race number 9 is George Ketros with Wheelin' and Stealin', 4-year-old Wheelin' and Dealin' brown gelding, owned by George and Mary Ketros. George Ketros, the trainer and winning driver. 7th win on the year for Wheelin' and Stealin'. 156 and 3. New career mark. Ninth race unofficial is a 7-5-1-2. The 9th race payout, 7 Wheelin' and Stealin', 34.60, 17.10 and 4.70. 5 Barzy, 6.70, 5.70. 1 Vimy Ridgeventi, $4. $2 exactor, $264.90. $1 try, $471.60. 20 cent super effective, 1,083.07. And note in that Pick 5 pool, we see the live money. Just one 20-cent ticket is alive into this 10th race. Pretty wide open dash. It'd be interesting to see which numbers are covered with that 20-cent ticket or number. Also in the Pick 4 pool, just $11.53 of 3,700 still alive. Ninth race, order of finish from the top, 346 DNF 251. That's 346 DNF 251.
Winbak Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including a three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbak Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbakfarm.com.
Field on Post Parade 1 minutes to midnight. Stewart, Sowerby drives and trains and owns. 2 is McWicked Move. Jason Ryan for Brent Dunbar and Dorothy Dunbar. Number 3 is Ardine Gracie, semi-filia for Pam Forkey and Triple S Equine. And number 4 is Little Moments Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. Number 5, Captain Chloe, Brent McDonough for Caitlin Graham. Number 6, Lady Wicked, Garrett Rooney for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. 7 is D, Anthony Hahn for James Dean and William James McKenzie and Paul Chapman. Number 8 is MVP Kamala, Jay Harris for Ernest Party. And 9 is Panthermonium, Austin Surrey for Matthew Hennitz and Mataross Stable. Field of 9, race number 10. And the pick 5 Sugar, notice that there's just one ticket alive, a 20-cent ticket alive onto Ardine Gracie. All the cappers think that Ardine Gracie is going to finish second, but I'll tell you, one capper in particular is saying, I hope we're all wrong. Your top one, though, is 9 Panthermonium. We stayed with Panthermonium. Austin Sorey has a couple of wins on the year, does Panthermonium.
I don't mind this mare leaving from the back tier spot. I know Jeff Hunt's been on her the last 3 outings, but Austin Sorey, if you want to go 4 back over the river, got the life best, 154 flat out of this daughter of Panther Hanover. So just to reunite it with Panthermonium here, it could be all this mare needs. I know Jeff tried to leave a bit with her last time out. She had no interest in wanting to get away sharply. Doesn't have to get away because it's a trailing spot. No shot she's going to be on the lead, but I think she's fitting in well here, and the price should be right for that trailing spot because it is a tough spot to win from. But again, I just like Austin Sorey hopping up on this mare because the last time he sat behind her, a winner in 54 flat.
Now, that one fan who's got that 20-cent pool shot alive on 3 Ardine Gracie probably is buoyed by the fact that Sammy Filia is driving and already has 3 wins on the night.
Yeah, Sammy, the hot hands, but this mare, Ardine Gracie, I don't know. I mean, she's a 9-5 favorite, the only horse covered on the end of the pick 5 play where it comes back at over $3,000 on a 20-cent wager. But look at her odds in all those recent starts. I mean, it's big double digits, and it's 73-1. In fact, last time out. And, of course, she's claimed and now racing for Pam Forgey. Looking to turn it around big time. Is this an easier spot? I don't know.
Yeah, and look, has made money in her career, but it's been a while. She's only made about $5,000 in the past 2 seasons. So we'll see if it's a
winless,
turnaround
right,
time.
in 2 seasons.
Yeah, but, Sammy just might be so hot right now that the Gray will roll right here with a hot Sammy Filia. Number 2, McWicked Move is one that brings enough form in to think that even though this one's winless on the year, it's only the 7th start of the year, 4 top 3s and 6 starts.
Probably the best check getter for one in here that is winless. In the 2025 season. Does have a runner-up, been getting the show dough 3 times, but always seems to finish kind of close the last time out. I mean, she's 11 lengths back, but they're going quite a bit. Does show a trip 54-4 a couple of times through the program line. So I don't know. I'd almost bump her up into the exactor factor with 9, Panthermonium.
Number 7, D, is one that you're using on the ticket. And, well, we got an A effort from D. The winner, All-Star Twinkle, was long gone, but D passed some horses in the stretch to pick up a second.
Yeah, it was a blanket finish for the deuce in there. I don't see early gate speed from this one, but she could fool me if D, the filly, could find a spot up close here. She'd be a big factor. The price is okay. 7-2, though I like the price on 2 better at 7-1.
I'm going to go out of order here. We normally go through all of your 5 picks, but I want to get to my top one, number 4, Little Moments. Blind Bridle to Blinkers, and one that shows some spots racing well, has a couple of wins on the year. Trailer Post last time out did make a big middle half and then tired out, but I want to see what Little Moments has to offer. I think Nick Boyd, Ralphie, might be sitting on one at 16-1.
Well, you'd look like a magician, Gary, if Little Moments happened to pull this one off at double-digit win odds. I mean, the move to Blinkers by co-owner trainer Craig Bars could be what this filly's been looking for. And, maybe worth a shot in this high-five play.
The one I didn't talk about is your 6 Lady Wicked. Well, dropping from nominator 2 at Georgian Downs into this spot that might be a better spot, was only beaten 2 last time out. And you get G Money for Gerald Lilly, pretty solid connections. So that's one that deserves a look.
Harness
9-1.
Racing Finale. She's a 6-horse, Gary. Let's go.
You need to get over that. It's a field of 9 for race number 10. Now watch the 6th win after I said that. It's a full field for the 10th race. Field for the 10th race is all in position. There at the start of the rough, and our Dying Gracie will pop up with Little Moments. Our Dying Gracie, Little Moments, and then Minutes to Midnight. D center of the track, and then it is MVP Kamala, McWicked Move, and Lady Wicked. Panthermonium second last, and Captain Chloe. Our Dying Gracie fell to 4-5 on the board, and leads on around the turn. Little Moments at 16-1 is the closest in pursuit. Minutes to Midnight, and then D and Lady Wicked has been taken to the outside, but right now it's our Dying Gracie. The gray is rolling along and leads. Little Moments is getting up a little closer in the pocket. Is 2 back of Sammy Filia and our Dying Gracie. Minutes to Midnight is third. Then D is racing fourth, and now there goes Panthermonium stick handling up and is now going to be racing second over as popping out goes D. D is racing first up fourth, but now Panthermonium says to heck with that. I'm going to roll 3 wide and come on, and now Panthermonium, and the Panther is roaring now, and it is our Dying Gracie, Panthermonium, and Little Moments on the inside. Minutes to Midnight, and D is fifth, 56-4 halftime. Then McWicked Move, and further back is Captain Chloe and Lady Wicked, but our Dying Gracie, 4-5, still has the lead. Our Dying Gracie, Little Moments at 16-1 is still in the hunt. Panthermonium might have flattened out a little bit. Minutes to Midnight is racing fourth. Then McWicked Move and D. And it is our Dying Gracie as the field turns for home. 3/4 in 125. Our Dying Gracie and Semifilia well positioned to make it 4 wins in the night. Little Moments and Minutes to Midnight. And Panthermonium on down the stretch drive. Our Dying Gracie, Little Moments up the inside, but our Dying Gracie wins it. McWicked moves second. Minutes to Midnight third. Then Little Moments and Panthermonium 154-1. Our Dying Gracie first win in a couple of seasons, 4-5 on the board, and one pick 5 player is very happy to see our Dying Gracie come back into the winner's circle.
One pick 5 player has just scooped the pool. It's well over $3,000 coming back on the 20-cent wager. Well-meant winner here. I'm not sure how or why. She'd be odds on in there at 4-5 after being such big double digits in recent starts and winless over the last couple of seasons. I mean, I had her pegged as a player, but not a winner like that. I mean, she went along unchallenged throughout. There was no shot that she was ever going to face a threat to be challenged for a victory here. Walk-off grand slam, Sammy.
Yeah, he does get the 4. And look, I mean, I had a little bit of a moment with the 4 Little Moments, but tired in the late going. But nobody was coming to our Dying Gracie. And look, I guess you're not sure how this horse won. Well, Pam Forgy says, I know. I trained this one now.
Well, is coming in off the claim, right? Maybe the change in scenery helped her. I don't know if that was an easier spot for her, but again, being winless for a couple of seasons and big double-digit odds, and then just jogging here at 4-5, kind of a puzzle for me.
Well, and I told you, maybe just the confident hot hands of Sammy Filia will carry Ardine Gracie. And look, there's one fan that says, I don't care what you guys say, I get to cash my ticket.
Exactly. That one fan is totally laughing at me right now.
Yeah, he's saying like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Where's the windows? Where's my money?
100%.
But there you do see flying late on the outside. McWicked Move is making a big move, but wasn't going to catch. But it is a 3-2-1-4-9. Little Moments tired off in the late going to finish fourth. And Panthermonium made a big move, but the best move is Ardine Gracie. We're going to talk to you on Monday night, Sugar.
All good.
There's Ardine Gracie, Sammy Filia with the walk-off grand slam. 4 wins on the night for Sammy Filia. 7-year-old Better Than Cheddar Gray mare, owned by Triple S Equine. Pam Forgy is the trainer. First win in 2 seasons for Ardine Gracie. Mile of 150, 4-1, a new career mark. The 10th race payouts: 3 Ardine Gracie, 360, 290, 240. 2 McWicked Move, 560, 361 minutes to midnight, 560. $2 exactor, $15. Dollar try, 35.65. Dollar high five, 678.25. Double of 7 and 3, 123.10. Dollar pick 3, 321.55. Dollar pick 4, 527.85. And we had that 20-cent pick 5. One lucky fan, or not lucky, 3,362.77. Kaboom, shakalaka. The 10th race saw her finish from the top, 3-2-1, 487, 695. That's 3-2-1, 487, 695. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Friday night. Action resumes on Monday. Our first dash on a Monday evening will go to post at 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.
Good night, Gary.
Good night, Horace.